go ahead and swatch the ammo bearer for me, please, bud.
Thank you.
He might not be on mic.
No, emo, thank you.
Oh, no, sorry, yep.
Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and get it to map screen. I just want to announce to everybody that we are capped at 124 tonight. We had to do an emergency cap to try to get to the bottom of these server issues. We had some experiences in EU that we're trying to rectify here. Just want to let everybody know that we're working to try to get the server resolved. I appreciate your all's patience. It's been a topic of conversation among staff and a topic of research for many hours now, as we are working to get a solution, and we are in contact with the developers. So, yeah.
I have
like
an idea.
Bohemia.
Well, okay. If you got an idea, then you can bring it in Discord. Just ain't the forum.
Yeah, right now there's 4 of us. Daddy.
Okay, so, but we are working on a server. We are in contact with the Bohemia devs. If you do have any suggestions or anything like that, you can weigh it in the Discord and we'll take a look at it. And that way we have it in text and something we can follow up on. I do want to plug the rules for everybody. Please make sure that you are familiar with the rules. If you're not familiar with the rules, you need to be familiar with them. We do take them seriously, and it's starting to become a nightly occurrence where we have to address them, and that's not something we want to do. So let's keep everybody in check. Can I get a brief from our mission maker?
Yes, okay, this is a attack defend sector control. Sectors are non-sequential. You have BTR and N4, M1117 plus statics on Blue 4. Sector 3 is custom built. I tried to place the map markers as best as I could. Storyline for this is NATO has decided to go solar after being oil for so long. Something's clearly up. We must destroy them. That's it.
Alright, do we have any questions from our company leaders?
There's no atrocious snow, right?
The weather is clear today, but there is high winds.
Interesting. No question.
Boston, what are the uniforms?
Uniforms are UCP camo that I've been using for Blue 4 and Desert M10, I believe, for Independent.
Alrighty. Any other questions from the company leader?
No questions.
Alrighty. Good luck, have fun. Round 1 of FNF starts right now.
What's up, Liru?
All
How are
right.
you?
I'm
You enjoy a
tired.
little hour. Oh.
I'm tired. There's a lot of stuff I had to unfuck. I'm still fucking with the audio, and for now I'm just gonna keep everything multi-tracked on the videos until I can optimize Sony Vegas to do everything. But we'll get there when we get there. That's IRL stuff. We don't have to worry about it. Why don't you tell me what's going on with the mission?
So, we have a sector defense similar to the final round of EU from just an hour or so before. Non-sequential, Blue 4 has 3 sectors to defend. If any Blue 4 are still up in each sector, then Green 4 cannot cap. Green 4 have to secure it completely before it is captured in their name. This area on the south side of Halanma Winter is one we've seen before fairly recently, but it is redone, remixed, and reinvigorated for this mission. It seems that the defending Blue 4 force has decided to go solar, and for whatever reason, it's the Green 4 that are angry that no more oil is being made here, not the Americans, so that's strange. Basebeard is ignoring the do not move rule and is doing his best impression of a sprinkler hose. But we have a pretty nice setup as far as Green 4 versus Blue 4. Green 4 having 7.62
Throwing some shade.
20-round scars for their marksmen, a BTR and some transport gases, as well as a green Humvee with a PKT. So we're all kinds of fucked up today. Meanwhile, Blue 4 is the good old US of A. Carrying, what are they carrying? They also have scars, as well as M4s with M203s, as well as some M249s, SR25s, 4 times M2 statics, a fleet, 6 M113s with nothing on them, as well as a 1117 with an M2 and an M240 coax. As far as the sectors, we have 3, one in the northeast, one in the south, and one in the southwest.
Seeing off, green 4, they're all, at least some of them are starting to move around. We just had some lightning go off as part of the dynamic storm. You know, I rarely actually see lightning with snowstorms. It's kind of cool to see it in Arma, though. It's pretty interesting, to say the least.
It's more interesting to see it in real life, because people kind of forget.
And there goes his mic. Barb, you okay?
I'm good. I just blame my parents' internet. It's perfectly fine. Like, my bitrate hasn't even changed on my end. But I guess I'll go fuck myself. And if you want to help me with that, let me know.
No. Yeah, that was interesting because I couldn't tell if that was weather effects or if that was your mic just. I don't even want to know. But otherwise, hopefully the server won't desync out in the first round like it did EU. And, I mean, we've got 3 sectors, as you already mentioned. They are non-sequential, so they can be taken in any order. And honestly, looking at this AO, there's a lot of cool places to defend compared to the last round of EU, which was something similar, as you already mentioned. We have, let's tackle Sector 1 first. Let's do this sequentially. So Sector 1 is a bunch of different little campsites right here with some tents. There's some natural buildings on the side that are fully enterable. And we got a barn with it as well. One of the camo nets got knocked over, as well as one of the tables. That is fine. But overall, not a bad custom-made area, in my opinion. One issue it does suffer from is you have the forest coming down from the north, and there's just big patches of it all around, so it's really hard to kind of make some perimeter lines out of this position, you know what I mean?
Real quick, I'm seeing my... Oh, well, it's stabilized now, but my internet was kind of going up and down. I saw my bitrate jump from, like, 2,000 to 7,000, so if that continues, I might dip out.
Plats, you can still get in, by the way, if you want to go play.
We'll come
that's fair.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Otherwise, yeah, these sectors kind of, well, we see a bit of customization, especially with that sector 3 area with the big ol'
Barb, my chat's wondering if you have AT&T.
Office building. What was that from originally? I feel like that's from Sarani, isn't it?
Barb, do you have AT&T internet? Cause you're...
If I have what? Sorry, your mic cut out.
Do you have AT&T internet?
No, it's not AT&T. Wherever it is, it's fucking shit. I'll be right back. I'm gonna kill my stream and restart my internet.
Alright. Well, as Barbarian goes to do that, he'll join us back in a few moments. He is my co-caster with me here on Friday Night Fights. Again, this is the NA branch. We have the server capped at 124 players tonight because of some issues they were having with EU. It's going to be Blue 4 versus Independent for the first round. Independent attacking 3 sectors, with Blue 4 defending those 3 sectors. We were just talking about Sector 1 here, which is a custom-built area with all these campsites. These are the Desert Cup buildings that you can, if you, let's see, how do I want to say this? They're originally from a mod called ZEI, actually no, ZEC, but the Cup version of it, but Cup recently, a few updates ago, integrated all of them into their mods. So they're just, part of Cup itself now, but there are little custom cams you can put down. The brown textures of everything indicate that they're from the desert part of ZEC instead of the forest side, which, just means they blend better with the white snow because there's no exact white camo netting. But with sectors, all Blue 4 has to do is, as long as they have one guy in the sector still up, he is not unconscious nor dead, then Green 4 is unable to capture the sector. So Green 4 has to fully sweep the sector of hostile forces, and then they're able to take the sector. And if Green 4 takes all 3 before the time limit ends, then it's GG Green 4. If all of Green 4 dies or Blue 4 holds the sectors when the time limit runs out, then Blue 4 wins. But looking back into Sector 1, I was trying to get Barb to touch on this, but it's a really tough to defend sector. because there's a lot of forest to come in that Independent can use as concealment and cover to get right up to the individual sector itself, which is right here. Now, this map being Halama Winter, the woods are actually very realistic in the sense that they are a little bit hilly, they kind of go up and down with the snow, and it's really easy to get right on top of a sector close to the forested tree lines itself. Trouble in tech support town, Jesus. Fucking TTT and Gmod, man, it's been a while. Gotta get back with Don to play some more of that when we have a second, but it'll be a bit. I gotta fix a bunch of other stuff, but back to the scenario at hand. I don't see how Blue 4 could really defend Sector 1 here. Sure, we've got, you know, some nice defenses all around, but Green 4, them having two 240 Bravo Humvees and this BTR-70 right here, it means they can easily set up some good bases of fire around Sector 1 and engage it from pretty long ranges as the infantry get in close utilizing these forests. So I don't really like Sector 1 as a defensive AO. Sector 2, on the other hand, I mean, look at this, and the mission makers even added a bunch of sandbags around the AO to give an extra layer of perimeter security along this barbed wire fence structure here. But this sector is just screaming defend me, because you can hide so many dudes within Blue 4 just across so many different areas, be really cheeky at the defensive spots. I definitely think Blue 4 is going to consider holding Sector 2 here as a defensive area. Sure, it's next to a bunch of forests, but to be perfectly honest, the real defensive debut here is going to be the actual position, since this is going to turn into a little bit of a pseudo-urban area, and especially since there are other fortified areas next to it. Not necessarily fortified, but just positions where Blue 4 can put some Vanguard units and whatnot. It's going to make Sector 2 very hard to attack for Independent. And then we have this sector, which is a custom-built area by the mission maker. Again, suffering from the same issue of it has a lot of forests around it, so Green 4 can easily get into this position. But we have this hotel building, which is a gigantic pain in the butt, because Blue 4 can hide a bunch of dudes here. And same with this construction complex, and then we have this partially destroyed, you can tell because of the gray and dark, the black texturing on this building, that it's already partially damaged. You can have Blue 4 guys hide up in here. The solar tower also provides a really good marksman position to watch for any units coming in. Now, they're really exposed up there, but going prone right here can honestly hide any marksman pretty well from up there. Or they can just stay in these windowed areas, which actually I lied, that's not a textured area. Nice. But at the very least, you have this under area.
To clear out a building, right?
Demo charge. I was about to get to that.
Yeah, you just destroy the building. Building isn't there. You don't have to clear it.
So every squad in FNF has an engineer, and that engineer has, I think, 2 satchels. And those satchels are really, really good at destroying buildings or setting explosive traps. You see both of them done in this community all the time. The one thing, though, is there are a few buildings in Sector 2 that cannot be destroyed. Notably, this one right here, which isn't enterable, mind you, but you can still hide guys in the rafter work over here. And then same with this building, which the only enterable part is this area, and I believe, yes, this area, but the actual physical structure itself is enterable, but you can hide people in the upper areas as well. And then this structure, I don't think is destroyable either, just because of its sheer size. I have never seen this building explode before. And in a, I think it was NA round 3 a few weeks ago, we saw the defending faction hold out in this building and just win the round out by holding this structure itself. They got to be careful, though, because there are plenty of big windows looking outwards that enemy players can shoot in. However, for this operation and next week, they have temporarily taken out enhanced movement to go see how that works with everything, and they're trying to see if enhanced movement is causing some of the server desync that we've been saying appear in FNF in recent days. So it's going to be harder to get into positions to fire into this building. Usually you'd have people like jump onto this building, then do a run jump and climb on top of this building, and then boom, they can get on this corner and shoot in through those 2 windows. But that's not going to be the case today. So we'll have to see what both factions decide to do with all that considered. They got to think a little more linearly to get this operation done. Another thing we should note, though, is it is possible to get on top of this building. We got ladders going up on the sides, some ladders coming down to this small area, and Blue 4 has fortified tools with a limited point purse to be able to add some extra fortifications around. We might see some ramps made from building to building. We might see some extra fortifications put on top. But if I was Blue 4 given this AO, I would probably completely abandon Sector 1, and I would go for either an all-in sector defense on either Sector 2 or Sector 3, or I would hold Sector 2 and Sector 3 respectively. But Sector 1, it's kind of too far out there to get taken on its own, but we'll have to see how things go. Barb, are you back, my friend? Are you ready to go?
I am back. I've only dropped 180 frames after being back for about 3 minutes, so I think I am good.
Cool.
As far as this AO, I think Green Force is going to have a lot of forest cover, and especially with Lanma, we see a lot of hills in those forests, so you're going to have a lot of terrain to work with. My concern is actually pushing up to those compounds that you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Like we saw in the final round of EU, the attacking team were not able to really utilize their armored assets to push in and break the enemy perimeter. The fact that Green 4 only really has that BTR, and actually no, those Humvees are up armored. You can look inside and see that texture on the inside. That's my way of really checking to see if it is the up armored variant. They might be able to use those a little bit as well, so we'll see how well they're able to use that. But that is what they're going to need to do, is create that spearhead, break the line, and then use their infantry to kind of flood those areas. Real quick before we start, though, you mentioned something called a Tokyo T.
Yes.
Did you make that?
No, I was too busy on fucking audio settings with its new headset.
Right. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can possibly do that between a round or two.
No, I'm gonna instead make myself some coffee because I have to stay up to fix stuff, so.
Unfortunate, my friend. Well, I will drink in your stead, and
I appreciate it.
I still have about 3 glasses of wine left in my bottle, and I also grabbed a little glass of tequila just in case of emergencies. That's good. Personal emergency and liquor stash emergency. So
of course.
Right. Oh, we see 17608 in here. Nice.
I will say, we have Green 4 mounted up in what appears to be both of the armed Humvees. They also have they're fielding the BTR-70, and we have multiple trucks mounted, each with at least a fire team worth, if not a squad worth of dudes. I'm not seeing anyone going into individual vehicles solo. And the round has just started. They're still getting the MAT team gunner in the back, but mission is officially a go. We are seeing some standard plays already on the field. First off, Independent is attacking with a proper pincer maneuver. Basically, they're sending one platoon one way and one platoon another way. Blue 4 has also gone for an all eggs in one basket strategy of just holding Sector 2. We'll have to see how that goes, but we're also seeing Blue 4, because they have additional manpower, since they're doing the all eggs in one basket strategy and they don't want to overcrowd it, they have opted to take multiple vehicles, and they are going on a counter-offensive strategy with the the 113s. I'm also trying to find where the 117 is. It is being taken by Command. That's the group we saw over here, actually, and they are just going to go on a road trip instead.
Yeah, so Stathenberger, who is part of Golf in there, but otherwise, yeah.
And there goes his mic. But anyway, with this pincer maneuver that Blue 4 is doing, not really a pincer, they're just sending one vehicle up one way and a group of vehicles out the other way. I think they're trying to predict that Green 4 is going to do some sort of pincer here, and are trying to set up ambushes to catch vehicles in transit. And that's really, really smart. But it looks like Green 4 is going to do a map hug instead, sending the left pincer all the way to the left, but this vehicle on the rear might get caught out of position by the 117. Now, normally a 117 would have a 50 cal and a Mark 19 grenade machine gun, but they usually, if not always, rescript the GMG from that vehicle because it is a GMG or autocannon is very, very OP. So we might see first contact actually come right here. This one truck is going to completely get caught out of position here. It has a full Green Force squad, no support. 1117 is going to reach the intersection a little earlier, but it's slowing down instead because there was a little bit of a turn right here. It sighted that truck. Oh, this is going to be horrible. 1 KIA already, driver dead. People desperately trying to get out of the vehicle.
50 as well. No.
Oh.
They're all shredded.
Oh, no.
He's been cut down in his prime. And that is 12 people.
That was 12 people. That was a full fucking squad. That was the... Oh my God, you're not going to believe this. That was Independent Ground Command, Independent 2IC, Independent Platoon 1 Lead, and just a mix of the entirety of Charlie, is either dead or wounded.
Charlie.
So...
Oh my God. Hey, I mean, at least...
And then we have... Hold up. We have another ambush on the other side. Blue 4 is engaging Green 4, but the Green 4 is able to do some dismounts here.
Why am I losing connection?
You got disconnected.
Why do I have a red chain?
You disconnected. Anyway, so Blue 4 just shot some of its own dudes. We got other dudes firing on the other side. Blue 4 was able to deliver another ambush right here. It's going a little more messy, but Blue 4 doing a really good job predicting where Op 4 was going, catching an entire squad and ground command out of position. And now we have this other group trying to ambush the other side of the pincer maneuver. Blue 4 so far has done really, really well in this operation. Yeah, Independent definitely getting, and for lack of a better term, fucked in the ass. So we got Pads and Misu flanking around. They see that there is a 113 right here. We got some of them firing on Blue 4 on the back here. Buckets might be hearing those gunshots and turning the vehicle. But Blue 4 needs to consider mounting up and getting out of here because Green 4, they have the entirety of half of a pincer maneuver here. So they might end up overwhelming Blue 4, but Blue 4, in all honesty, has done a good job getting a few licks in, forcing Green 4 to do some damage. And we got some dead bodies for Green 4 over here, but we got a Blue 4 dead body right there. Another one was picked off by Green 4 forces coming around, and these two guys might get caught out of position here. But either way, Green 4 is going to regroup on that sector. They got to 70, kind of watching their northern flank here. We still have these vehicles doing a very wide flank to get around. But so far, balance of power definitely in Blue 4's favor because of those counter rushes to attack those pincer maneuvers, and they caught an independent vehicle out of position.
Absolutely. The rest of that flank going to the left edge of the map, they've been able to make it undetected, and they're now kind of reorganizing down on the bottom left corner. Nielsen, Russ, Montgomery, etc. in that Humvee, they're starting to push towards Sector 3, but up here on the eastern side, we have another just hard battle going on, close quarters between Green 4 and Blue 4.
Yep. So some Blue 4 guys are still getting caught out of position here as they're trying to do a pullback, but they got a lot of guns firing at them. But by firing, Blue 4 is turning around and engaging, but I'm just seeing people getting dropped left and right. Someone on Independent dies, the person that killed the Independent guy then dies, and it's just a domino effect here.
Ooh, Misu getting a GL to the side of his Humvee, but it looks to be fine, except the up armor is doing its work. And turns back in to reload that PKT. Not a bad choice. These M113s, they don't have any armament, but the fact that they're armored is enough of an issue to make them a priority target for these independent infantry as well as that BTR.
Yep.
And it's already taken out one. Up there smoking on the hill. I still see one moving around. There's another, looks to be in good condition.
That's about to change, though. The one Pierce is driving, it just got a damaged texture model. You can tell because the outer hull got a little more grainy there.
And it's using that smoke generator from the engine to...
Yep, trying to make some cover. We see that get used from time to time, especially by people like Pearson Basebeard that are doing unconventional warfare. You might yellow chain again. You just disconnect from the server. Your internet's not doing you any favors tonight, man. I'm sorry.
It's probably because my parents are watching football downstairs, honestly.
Or porn. One of the two. We see Olaf over here with a guy that's done the splits.
Liru, my parents argue enough to the point I know they don't watch porn together.
Okay, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to step on any toes.
It's fine. I'm just frustrated because of this is all.
Oh, I feel you. I was that way yelling at my audio encoding for video editing a while ago. But anyway, 1117 for Blue Force pulled around to try to cover the Blue 4 retreat, but it was immediately engaged by the BTR-70 and pulled back. Again, that 1117 technically on 12 kills, because it's not counting the 5 that bled out in that truck. Speaking of which, they're all dead. If we go back up here real quick, the one guy is still outside of there, but everyone else in here is toast, to say the least. So Blue 4 definitely doing a good job here. However, it can still be Green 4's game. Blue 4 has half of their forces out fighting the other pincer maneuver, and Independent does have the number advantage. So that might have been nullified by the 1117, but we're going to still see an even fight down here. And if these guys are better than the Blue 4 players, Green 4 can still clutch it, essentially. Meanwhile, looking down here, Green 4 is trying to regroup. We still have Fubar here bandaging. His legs are still a little fucked there, but he could potentially catch a few Independent guys out of position, potentially getting this 113 and drive off. But we'll have to see how things go in that regard. Otherwise, we do have one guy on the solar tower catch, but that solar tower is outside of the sector itself, so he's not going to be able to hold it up there by camping. I think that was done deliberately so that people couldn't camp the solar tower and stay within the sector. But he's up there with a Vector 21 looking around, trying to see where the other group of Independent is, which I think is pretty smart.
I feel like him staying on top of that solar tower may work in his favor, because even if they do cap it and he and Catch is able to maintain a low profile.
Yep. He is a marksman as well, so I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch the Independent force that is to his south coming in, but either, because he's got the, you know, the top of the solar tower, it has that, like, fuel drum thingy that's blocking his view to look direct south. I think Blue 4 knows that there's a group on the left that's going to come in, because they did intercept, you know, some of that force to get some free kills, but I don't think they know that they are directly behind this AO at this point. Also, thanks for the raid. But yes, we're about to see Green 4 come into this AO. They're going to go for Sector 3 first, and then they're going to maneuver over to Sector 2. So I'm going to quickly look at the Independent force. Let's see who we've got. We've got the full Alpha Squad and Bravo Squad here. So basically the two squads within Platoon 1, led by Corporal Firefighter Mannerheim Warwick. So we have some of the FNF vets. A lot of vet names, actually. Hoyt, Dreek, Cirrus, Naughty Person, Quigley, all the guys that know their shit and have been playing this for years. So that's a pretty good squad to have right there for Alpha. Bravo, meanwhile, names like Wiki, Nielsen, Nelson, and I'm trying to see who, oh god, T5 Bay and CO back there. Yep, so again, really good Friday Night Fights players that have been here for a while, and they're up against people like Gen Killer. So these are the newer 700 Cadian guys calling themselves the Myrmidon Legion in this community. And we have Task Force 121, Major East leading his merry band of privates. And we also have TSB in here. So I don't mean to, like, play favorites here, but I would, if I were to put $50 down on the side, I would put it on Green 4, knowing, honestly, seeing how these guys have played in the past and knowing these groups in here, I wouldn't be 100% sure on that bet, though, because I've seen TSB pull some crazy maneuvers in this community. I've seen some crazy... Oh, There we go. So Sector 3 has been taken. That was Firefighter running in. Ketch is now going to realize that, you know, something happened, so he's now looking down from that tower. He could get a few free kills with that marksman rifle, though, if he gets some eyes on here. But as I was saying, I've seen TSB do some crazy stuff. I've seen the 700 do some crazy stuff. And when I was playing with Task Force 121 for a charity event, I saw them do some crazy stuff as well. So it's leaning independent in my opinion, but it can still go either way. And Ketch has an opportunity to get some free kills here if he's able to look down and see that there's dudes in this sector. But since Sector 3 was taken and prompted, you see that there are some fortifications in that direction. And oop, hold up, Ketch is being engaged by a member, that is Sergeant Drake, and he is a marksman. He is the...
Watching the top of that solar tower, he's
Yep.
a marksman for Green 4. He, Catch, I saw him, he got up and got, you know, crouched up.
Yep.
And just enough to get spotted by Catch. Or, sorry, by Drake.
By Drake. I don't see any blood on the ground or in the texture of the building, so he wasn't hit by that. Now it's just up to Alpha or Bravo to put a demo charge on that structure. I see Firefighter looking up on it, but this would be an easy, you know, put a demo charge, pop it, and move on, and
Martin
that would
be
kill
the
him off.
closest one, and if he's part of Firefighter's squad, then he's going to get that call real soon.
Ketch might try to catch Mannerheim out of the hill. Mannerheim was looking up there. Yeah, they know something's up.
Because he got spotted, his time up there is limited. He does not have too long to live in this world. We'll see how what he's
Helix, thanks for the 11-month resub. Hope 700 platoon training went well. Hope you're not too drunk. Otherwise, hope you keep enjoying the offs. I hope you get a kick out of this. We have Notoria getting caught out of position here by a machine gun. Running right behind a tree and a little bit of a trench, which is honestly catching enough bullets so this trooper can survive. They were being engaged by Nutty Person and Cirrus as they are going to start making their advance on this AO. Meanwhile, looking on the northern vector, we still have a large Blue 4 group that is trying to lick its wounds. It'll eventually come back into the AO as additional QRF. I see Apuva is knocked unconscious, and I do see both the Finns actually together as another marksman pair, so I'm willing to bet they sweeped back in and potentially got 1 or 2 lingering kills off of Independent. But with Green 4 having this force right here, there is potential for them to start assaulting Sector 3, and there is also potential for Blue 4 to come in and reinforce. Also, that 1117 has been looking around on the northern side. Now that they know that Sector 3 was taken, they can safely assume that that's the other half of the Green 4 force, and that is where they need to reposition to engage. Looking back at Ketch, he's still looking around down there, trying to find a shot on where Independent is engaging Blue 4 right now in that tree line. And then you still have dudes up around the hotel complex. Honestly, if Ketch were to look over there, he might be able to catch Sailor out of position and get an easy headshot. But I think he's biding his time, making sure he doesn't get hit by anything. And then you have Sailor, who's turned around, and he might have seen Ketch up there. But I'm going to be honest, it's really hard to tell, especially with no sights or scopes on, what's his face, Sailor's weaponry.
Yeah, Catch, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't done something about Catch sooner, especially since it seems like you are called out. Maybe they just think, oh, he can't do anything from up there, so just make sure he doesn't, come down or something. But as far as Sector 2 goes, I feel like they need to hold this ridge to the west a bit more fervently. Iota, did Iota wake back up? Yes, he did. So he got back there all right. He was bleeding out on the ridge up there. But I feel like Blue 4 needs to use this clearing on the west side of Sector 2 to their advantage. It's nice, wide, flat, open area with the elevation advantage. If they can hold that, maybe if they dug some trenches or something, it'd be a lot more easily defensible. But seems like they're more concerned about holding the compound itself, which also has its merits.
So Ketch now looking left. I think he might be seeing some of these Independent guys moving over. No, he's turned over. We also have the 1117 coming in. Might see some of Bravo moving away, but I think it's going to be a few seconds late. We also see a little bit of damage on that 1117. Yeah, he's on 12 because he killed that full squad, remember?
Oh, no, is he the gunner for it?
Yeah, he's the gunner.
Passenger seat.
Well, you got to remember, for the 1117, it only has the driver and the quote-unquote commander, which is also the gunner of the vehicle.
Well, that's Stathenberger now. Maybe he switched out because Stathenberger is now operating the turret. Either way, yeah, a nice squad wipe for him.
Yeah, so I don't think they're going to see Bravo moving around, and Bravo's too far away to notice that that Vic has repositioned. Otherwise, we still see Ketch looking around. He's getting up to look down. He's going to catch size on some of these independent guys. He could potentially take that marksman rifle out and start engaging people like Sergeant Sailor.
Doing. No.
I thought he was. No, he's ranging the shot instead.
That at this distance from this elevation, just put the crosshair on their head and hope for the best.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter too much. Sailor's actually looking up at him. He might get a shot on Catch.
Yep. Trying to see what Ketch is going to do here. Yep, they're looking right at each other. Sailor's going prone.
He doesn't have the scope, though. He just has the iron sights on his M14.
He's taking shots. Ketch immediately going down, getting down prone. He did take a bullet to the leg, though. At least I thought I saw one.
I saw one come over from T5A or Rust or maybe Quigley or someone out there, but I saw a shot coming from his south. He's returning fire to his northeast now.
We're seeing Green 4 also fully mounted in a, I think they're mounted in the BTR. Yep, 11 dudes. They're going to go for Sector 1, finding no resistance there. This is going to catch a lot of Blue 4 guys out of position, and they're going to have to find themselves running back to reinforce Sector 2. Sector 2, meanwhile, still holding really well. We do have, I mean, looking at the roster here, quite a few dead on Blue 4, and considering what Independent got killed off on in terms of all of Charlie, there's actually not that many additional skulls from what we saw earlier, just a handful. So it's, I would still say numbers-wise, it's anyone's game. Ketch taking more fire from multiple vectors as he now climbs to the middle of that structure, and he's just going to chill there until people forget about him. But yeah, not putting... Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, Martin's over there with Firefighter. They're all looking up at him, returning fire to him. Martin, again, is that combat engineer for that squad. So he has, in my opinion, he has no excuse not to run up there, plant down...
Put a satchel and just make it go boom, especially since it's destroyed, like the damaged version of that texture. That's just asking to be blown up. I think that was an intentional choice made by the mission creator, and the Independent faction is not taking advantage of it. Also, watching this 1117 like a hawk, it's in between two large Green 4 forces. Green 4, meanwhile, they've also redeployed, and they're going to start coming on the southern angle of Sector 2. As the BTR has deployed its force, and those guys going to Sector 1, a lot of Blue 4 dudes are completely out of position here, and I'm not sure if Blue 4 will be ready to hold from two different attacking forces. We also have the 1117 driving blindly in.
Oh, and
two RPGs, one from Carlson and one from Ryan, both hitting the 1117, but the explosion of the 1117 unfortunately killing Carlson. Acid Pantalodes tried to get out and was immediately mowed down by Brady and Shoop. And we also just heard, I think, a Carl Gustav shot go out somewhere, but I don't know from where. This is really worrisome now for Blue 4. There's Sector 1 being controlled, so now this Blue 4 force coming in knows that they're at Sector 1. BTR could be caught out of position.
Here. Yeah, this eastern...
There's the charge going off on Ketch, and his body falls. He might wake up being up there, but it's unlikely. Oh, his body fell through the texture.
He is in the void.
So he could still potentially wake back up, because he wakes back up. Because he only took fall damage, and there's more fall damage, and now he's fallen, and we'll see if he can get up. So yeah, you got Martin and Sailor looking around that building, making sure he's dead, but that was inevitable, to be perfectly honest, with how the unit was placed right there. And the fact that it was already a destroyed texture, damage texture indicating hint for it. Yep, he did. Now, he's stuck. So he sees Martin here, but he's not going to be able to shoot through the texture itself. So now Martin knows he's still alive. Sailor knows he's still alive, but they don't know where he is. I'm not sure if Ketch is going to be able to properly climb out of this texture, or if he's realized that he's stuck somewhere. So, yep, he's going for the bandage instead.
Yes, because he has taken damage. You see the blood next to him. But yeah, he's going to need to try and move out of there. He's not going to be able to really shoot out from this texture.
Hey, Bar, if it's any consolation, Iota red chained out of the op too, so it's not just your internet tonight.
Why would you mention it?
Why? Oh, I'm sorry.
Specifically, don't jinx it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to be upset. Catch says respawn or get out. Or sorry, Arcor says catch, respawn, or get out.
Yeah, I mean, he was just stuck bandaging, so...
He may not see that, though, because he's busy looking at Martin.
Yeah.
His attention might be drawn elsewhere, which is understandable.
He just wants to get out at an angle where he's not going to be shot. And instead, he's hugging a grenade.
That's one way to do it.
Yep, I mean, might as hell.
That's one way to do it.
At least he accepted it, so I'll give it to him. That was pretty funny. And now we have Independent continuing. Look at this. We had a 3-way assault, actually. It's going to be a 4-way soon because we have the northern group coming in, but we have an assault coming from the west. Actually, no, it's the northwest, the southwest, the southeast, and the direct north. Slight northwest, and Blue 4 is completely out of position with that flanking force. I think they've taken out the BTR.
They have.
Yep, they also took out one of the Humvees, but
So
they need to push back into that sector before it's overwhelmed. We also have Buckets and Grav engaging each other.
This is a perfect position.
Buckets mows them down.
If they can push against this group to the northeast of Sector 2, they should have a pretty good pincer/encirclement and be able to pick them apart fairly decently if they can get good supporting fire from Sector 2. However, there's not a ton of people on the northeast side of Sector 2, so they may be alone in this fight. They'd still be stuck between a rock and a hard place, you know, but they want to be taking the fire from 2 different sides, which is more of the difference maker in this scenario.
I would say what Green 4 really needs to do right now is just push. They need to have all 4 of these teams testing the waters here. We've got the northern team now getting engaged by the far eastern troops of Blue 4, so they're going to be delayed in advancing, so it's only going to be 3 flanks pushing this sector, which in reality is just the eastern one and the northwestern one, because the western/southwestern one itself is just engaging forces from afar. So if Independent is too slow to push into this AO...
Bay crossing the road southeast of Sector 2.
Got blown away by, 50 by Porter.
Yeah.
So hopefully Bay will wake back up, but otherwise what Blue 4 is going to do is they're going to stick to the forested route, cross through Sector 1. They've got Buckets pathfinding for them, and he's probably going to run up and try to keep harassing this northern group. But if Independent can press their advantage right now, they've got about a 5-minute window before those additional Blue 4 units come in and make this op a lot more difficult. But it can still go either way. I'm just impressed that we have, in all honesty, a full-on surrounding of this AO.
Yeah, now with
you
the
rarely see that
group kind of folding around, we're seeing the northwestern group folding around a bit. All we need is that east-southeast group to push in across that open field that I was talking about earlier, and we will have a complete surrounding of Sector 2.
Yep.
This Blue 4 group, led by Ash and Pierce and Irisk, these guys are veterans. They should know better. And they need to push in and try and break part of this encirclement, because if they don't, then it's not a lot of time before this defense gets picked apart. We're already seeing them pull back and consolidating, taking the M2 out of the guardhouse into the warehouse.
Yep.
And just consolidating that defense.
Well, also, where you just saw that M2 going, there is an explosive satchel down. Again, I believe the building that they're all garrisoning in is immune to explosive detonations. So... we'll see how things go. I mean, looking at where Notoria is trying to climb down the ladder, might get flanked by an Independent dude, but up there where he was, his entire team is dead. I saw a RPG-32 round go up there and completely annihilate everyone. Notoria going down off the ladder, getting picked off from the side. That's the danger of being attacked on all sides. It's because everyone has an eye on you somewhere, and it's very easy to get outflanked here. But Blue 4 passing by Sector 1 now. They are, I want to say 3 minutes away, but Green 4 is going to start on the advance. Why are you saying ooh? What'd you see?
I saw a GL go from the north side of Sector 2 all the way over, landing near Nelson and Spaz on the south side. So very unfortunate green on green almost happening there.
Yeah, no, I just saw green on green. Mannerheim just got picked off by a Blue 4 guy. Lolo in a in the little construction cylinder just picked Mannerheim off, but from Mannerheim's group, Sideways, Namanai, another guy by Sideways got shot by Buckets.
No, they're getting
But as I was gonna say, one of them shot one of the northeastern group's guys crossing in a blue-on-blue incident and actually managed to kill him. So not a lot of coordination between these flanks. I don't think Independent has realized that they fully encircled this AO. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, and in that sense, it is.
I think Finn got the kill off of this guy over here.
Realize the advantage they have, then they cannot push that advantage. However, we're having Hassinger and Drake now pushing into the middle over Genkilla's, actually under Genkilla's body up there on the scaffolding. And this Blue 4 group, again, they've pushed in closer, but these are a dozen troops that need to come in. Some kind of explosive charge going on.
Yep, charge going off. I think it was a misplay there. It was in the corner, but it didn't do much. By the way, look over to where Flying Finn is real quick, and look right in front of him on a rock to his left. He picked off 2 guys back there, and now he's just chilling under a tree. He is to the east. And there's 2 bodies next to him, so he was able to take those guys out. Blue 4 now a minute away from rejoining this AO. Explosive traps going off left, right, and central. I don't think those got anyone, though, unfortunately.
I think it might have... Nope, didn't even hit Captain Scott over there. Although he's now spraying over towards Pietu.
I don't think he saw Pietu, though. I think he's just freaking out over other stuff. Or maybe the GLs that are being shot by Pietu.
Possibly, yeah.
Independent are going to start breaching this building. We still have Pickles up here on his own in the Cup Shack. And we've got Galil on his own in a... he's watching with an M240 Bravo in the... maintenance building next to...
There's one that goes down. Misplay from Blue 4 takes down Pickles and Matt. That was a satchel charge going off.
Matt was already down, but yeah, that's very unfortunate. And then you got Tech in a texture, so he's not going to be mediced up anytime soon.
Nope.
But Blue 4 just on the outside of this sector, and they're going to be able to shoot on the backs. We just saw Nurse execute an Independent guy, and now he's executed by Nielsen across the way. And now it's going to be neck and neck here. It's going to be what side can get a 2-for-1 KD. We do have Cryleaf up here shooting into the building across the way, picking off a dude through a window in a doorway on the southeastern side. Saw that. But yeah, no, we're just seeing a lot of crazy keyholes here. And Cryleaf on the rooftop trying to pick off who he can see.
All right, so that main building now, the one that...
but Nielsen takes him out.
Blue 4 is pretty well entrenched.
Hiding in a tree.
Lots of dirty angles, some sandbags, etc. And even an M2 watching the main door. And that...
Oh my gosh.
Spreading out and trying to make their way in. But they're so cautious about this.
Falcon had a machine gun, but he pulled his handgun out and he got shot to death from his ass. Also, grenades being thrown into this building.
Oh no, Porter! Porter, no! Oh no, that's a smoke. Never mind. I thought it was a good fucking...
It's a smoke grenade, dude.
Looks like that first scene.
That 50 cal going off on that open doorway. Another explosive trap going off, knocking out Hassinger and killing another guy in the doorway. Great play there.
As well, yeah.
Green 4 is starting to run out of manpower. These explosive traps have been absolutely exceptional tonight. Sure, half of them were off, but usually I would say 1 out of every 5 explosive traps is effective. It's been half and half tonight with the ones in this urban environment. We got Pierce crossing over, Dreek watching that way, tries to stand up, but he turns right too quickly, and Pierce goes down to someone else. I don't even know. I think Chupless at the doorway of the... No, I don't know where he went down from. You have Finn coming in. Finn getting engaged by Misu, but Finn picked off... Bay pulled him around, so Finn's trying to put some smokes down to roll in. He's going to roll right into Sio's position. He might not even see it, actually.
He might not even see it.
Get out.
Fuck you.
Now we got Martin and Wiki breaching this building. They're fragging and clearing. And they took one guy out. There's 3 people led by Severe here. Severe throwing a counter grenade, hearing their footsteps go in. That grenade is going to catch both of them. Nope, minimal damage. It just crippled both of them. Another grenade going off. That one is what killed Martin's battle buddy there.
Another grenade going in. Yeah.
Oh, Finn found an executed CO, and now he's shooting Bay in the head.
So now the Blue group that was lagging behind, they finally managed to pierce in and almost relieve this group.
Oh my god.
Mowed down in his...
Hoyt, yeah, he was trying to kill Pierce, who picked up Dreek's body, and then Patriot just mowed down Hoyt. You got some...
Powerful Pierce. Very powerful move there.
Skelly fighting with Cosmonaut. Unfortunately, he threw a smoke. GL going right on Skelly. Noob tube for the win.
Front door. We'll see if he gets blue on blue. And he does! Kevin with the M2 shoots Pierce in the face. And
then some Patriot double tap the body of the other guy.
And a nade goes out as well.
Ash taking out Nielsen.
Well done, Kevin.
We still have a few independent guys in here, but independent unfortunately weren't able to push into this AO quick enough.
So
Blue 4's flanking force came in.
Makes up for the fact the earlier undisclosed issues.
That's fair. Grenade getting thrown in, but it's going to land in a sandbag and not be too effective. But I don't see Martin anymore. I think he was taken out by someone else, potentially Patriot, as Martin ran out of that position. Patriot up there with that machine gun on 5 kills with a stolen PKP, and he is definitely making it work. But unfortunately, he gets picked off by Sideways in between 2 fuel drums.
Turned his brain sideways and into mush. Very well done.
Love how Galil has still been up here. He's got the 240 Bravo. He's looking around. Nutty Person looked up on his position. I think independent, they had it, but Blue 4 just came in with that flanking force that went out to engage forces. Had independent not lost that additional squad, I think we'd be seeing a different story here, but I think both sides have played beautiful tactics tonight for round 1. What do you think?
Yeah, the 1117 going up, taking that squad out, honestly, might have been the deciding factor. If they had that extra...
Oh, there goes his mic again.
But yeah, even half that squad...
Cosmonaut executing Skelly.
Had made it into the AO and been a factor, we could be seeing something different. I mean, the Green 4, yeah,
just short.
As well as the fact that, Green 4 can't really do much against this specific building. Because it's indestructible, no matter how many satchel charges you put against its walls, it will not crumble. Which means you gotta pick them out like an exterminator. And that's not always so easy, and you don't always have the numbers to do that, as we can see. Additionally, the BTR and the Humvees being taken out on the eastern side also helped lead to Green 4's fall.
There goes your mic again. I try to encourage him to keep going.
I'm going to drink my tequila now.
All right. So we still have 5 guys in this AO. Okay, so 4 in the AO itself. We got Cosmonaut on the outskirts. Did he pick up Skelly's rifle? No, he did not. And then we have Misu, a marksman for Green 4, coming in. We got Finn on the outskirts here, but otherwise everyone else for Blue 4 is in here, and they are turtling up this position. Nutty Person trying to slowly come in here, throws a grenade. And Severe, he's camping in the bathroom. Listening to their footsteps. That's nice. We got a 50 cal firing in that doorway. We got Daniel. Daniel is dead. Nutty Person took him out. He's pulling back. Cool Breeze running in, shooting Nutty Person. And then Cool Breeze getting shot by Nova Wolf. Classic. Classic. All right.
Seeing friendly fire on both teams. That's good at least, you know.
Excellent.
Representation, some nice equality.
Now we're down. Nutty Person has woken back up. We're 4 people in this AO because Cosmonaut's entering it. Nutty, he's got... Goes in trades with Nova Wolf. I doubt Cosmo's going to wake back up. Grenade going in there. Unfortunately, it's going in that little sandbag position right there and absorbing most of the blast. But in the sea of blue I'm seeing, I highly doubt we are going to have an independent victory at this rate.
Yeah, I feel like with this specific sector and this specific building, Green 4 needed to coordinate a bit more and just saturate the inside with nades, GLs, frags, I saw a lot of smokes thrown down, but they needed to coordinate this and really just saturate the entire inside of the shrapnel. That's the only real way to counter this, is to put frags in the windows.
Khalil just showed Sergeant Sailor his M240 Bravo.
Oh, in the
It's quite a nice gun. Yeah.
Leo with his little shed out back. That's some weird fucking deliverance shit. I'm getting goosebumps from that. Who knows what he's gonna do with that body?
So sideways, he tried to get on these little fuel drums here. He's trying to fire into that building, utilizing those big windows. He was squaring off with Major East. And we got Ash now running around the side here. He might try to get behind these two Green 4 dudes. And it looks like one of the Green 4 guys has picked up a Blue 4 weapon. That, or, like, there's definitely a looted gun right here with an AK instead of a 5.56. Ash now running up. Cosmonaut heard him, though.
Yeah, I think
Ash climbing up, immediately drops away after seeing Ash is up there. Cosmonaut throw. Brilliant. And the grenade kills his buddy. And he throws another one at his feet. And then he get away from it, gets mowed down by Ash. What was that? What the actual fuck was that? Oh. Congratulations, you played yourself.
That was a good one. Fuck you. That was a good one.
It was. No. Just Wolf now gonna come around. Doesn't see Misu. Misu sees him. Misu trying to line up the headshot. Instead, lets J Wolf live. Okay. Interesting choice. Also, Misu, he's picked up a rifle, a FAL. Interesting. He's just,
I saw some fouls as well. I guess it's also, you know, analogous to the M14. 7.62 by 54. NATO, 20-round mag. Yeah, I feel that's fair.
All right, you ready to see Adrihato 2.0? His name is Misu, and he has 11 minutes, well, and 23 seconds to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Blue 4.
Mm-hmm.
Misu is on no kills. He's got a foul. He throws a grenade. The grenade is short.
The objective is to take out, well, short. Where did it go?
On the fuel drums.
There? Yep, and Wolf is now going...
Wolf is now on the prowl. He's looking around. He doesn't see Misu. And then he double takes and says, wait a second, I thought I saw something. Oh, it must have been my imagination. Now he's going to go upstairs. Yes. Misu now firing, crippling Wolf's legs, and taking Wolf's life. And now Misu has 12 more people he has to kill. Can he do it? What?
Yeah, just the fucking body contortion. That's all.
Oh, yeah, Arma physics. They're great. Now we got Ash and Peiju looking down. Ash firing in the distance. Misu trying to catch Peiju out of position.
Pietsu, yep. Ash and both of them now.
Grenade going out. It is short, and it lands next to bodies. Misu now has to reposition. He's got Blue 4 guys lining up where he is. He needs to maneuver or get away from there, but we got Flying Finn coming down the corridor. All right, Misu, your move. All right.
Any day now.
Misu has to move away from this position. I'm using the flashlight tool on my mouse, and he needs to backtrack here, and then he needs to snipe into there, but they've shut the door, so he has to come around, get into these buildings, fire into there, while avoiding Flying Finn. Meanwhile, all right, I'm distracting the Blue 4 players with my flashlight. Yes, easy, easy, yep, and this is going to give Misu an opportunity to move, right? Yeah, do it. Go for it. I'm sure Misu will figure out that he needs to move soon.
The rest of Blue 4 is being drawn to the sounds of gunfire, actually. So
yes, my flashlight is very powerful. It's attracting the moths of Blue 4 so Misu can get his, 12 remaining kills. And now Misu has an actual flare fired near his position, interesting enough. And Flying Finn has made it back to his trees. Excellent. Okay, Misu. He's looking up there. He's still very curious about those people upstairs that are trying to murder him, even though he's at a really funky angle. And they're still firing at my trees. Here, as long as I keep flashing this light over here, I'm sure Blue 4 will keep getting distracted. Just go for the light. Go for the light. Go for the light.
Misu saw both Ash and Pietu. Pietu looking right at him, and...
Misu wins!
Well...
Misu!
Ash with some accurate returning fire as Misu reloads. But Pietu might wake back up. He's still up there. And that's... What?
Ash firing a grenade inside, but it has smoke just to freak Misu out. Misu unfortunately didn't account for Piju waking back up, and Misu was just executed. And Blue 4 win! Yay! Wow. Amazing. All right. I get why Misu didn't move there because he was pretty pinned down. Again, had we had an additional 12 independent guys that weren't mowed down by that 1117, this would be a completely different scenario. So play of the game, I'm going to say, is going to go to Blue 4 1117 for that amazing intercept in the beginning of the operation. But otherwise, yeah, we still have 2 more rounds to go with. And I'm going to take a small break, go make some coffee. I'm sure Barbarian and chat will entertain everything. Let's go back downstairs.
Oh, we're going down to the basement again? Nice. What are we doing?
No. All right.
So that was fun.
I'm going to write the new commands here, and then we will...
Definitely awesome.
All right, can I get community leaders to post their numbers, please?
It's Ross, Germany.
Tired, I'm out, so drop our number by 1.
All right. So I'm going to take my spec slot. It is capture the flag, Blue 4 attacking Op 4.
Count 8.
Can somebody take care of Degs for me? Up in the public rooms.
And let me quickly look here. Yep, we're still at about 120. And let's go ahead and go back to M2 fonts here.
So that.
Perfect.
All right, let me get 121 on blue.
Oh, this is a mirror match from what we shoutcasted in EU, so we're going to see this again. Nice.
Let me get the second on red.
Are we replaying missions or?
Am I lagging?
That's the wrong one, yeah. Aqua, you're right. This is the wrong one.
Is this the wrong mission?
Yeah, it needs to be the uplink one on the...
Yeah, that was one from EU.
Well, never mind then, fellas.
He's dead.
Is it okay if we get feet pics in return?
Which map was it on, Nemesis?
Sure.
So,
let's do Escape 10 Altus, please.
Malden.
Or
Definitely Malden.
RHS BCTI, Capture the Island, bro. Yo.
Let's do Escape. Escape
Capture
with
the Island would be pretty
people.
cool.
Did anybody remember Capture the Island from Arma 2? That was those were the days.
That was in Arma 3 too.
We gonna get the map up, guys?
Not seeing a mission on Malden.
Arma 3 Life FNAF. Guys, let me run this by you, right? All pleasures or guilty pleasures?
Alright, break, gentlemen. Break. What mission? What's the map?
Alright, I'm gonna BRB 1 second. Just get some coffee.
Mission on Malden, if it's uploaded.
Organize everything.
That is.
Is it Malden 2020 or
2045, yeah.
Yeah, 2035. You seen it, Bridges?
Malden
It is not
shows
on
us
the
having
server.
9 missions, but none of them are showing up.
Yeah.
Nemesis, send it to me. I'll upload it.
There's
The send it channel, Arcor.
do the one on Cherno Winter Mountains mission bridges. And we'll swap mission 3 with mission 2. Alright, let's get 1-2-1 on blue and second on red. ML on blue.
I'm sorry, Anderson, technical.
Tau, I do not have Tau numbers. Tau is not. Let me get 29th on red. Let me get Scandi Recon blue. Let me get CSC on blue. Let's get Tau on red. Let's get AA on blue. If you are a Centaur player, please go blue.
Get that slot. Did Bassbeard leave?
Let me get UPSC on red. BPL on red. Let me get SOGAFI on red. Let's get 1RW on blue. FUBAR on blue. And let's get Chad on red. Is there a community that has not been slotted? Yeah, a lot of people not slotted here.
Can I speak with the mod up in the chat, please?
Hey, SOG AF5, we're Charlie 2.
I'm gonna adjust this a little bit. Let me get from blue 4, let me get CSC, come red.
Charlie, nope.
And yeah, because there's still quite a few that should be slotting up on blue. I need a company commander for Op 4. I need a company commander for Op 4, please.
Anderson. We get it. Blue 4.
I need a company commander for both sides. So, I need a blue 4 company commander and an Op 4 company commander, please.
Pardon me real quick. Roscoe, could you please move out of the slot you're in?
Attaboy, Drake.
Alright. 60 seconds on the clock. Hassinger, get your platoon, or your company together, rather.
Alright, I need a first platoon lead, please. Janisky, are you can go slot up in platoon.
You want me as the leader?
Yeah, sure, why not? You got a grievance with that?
If you want me to.
If you want to, go take it. I need a squad leader for Bravo, unless somebody is leading that from Bravo 1 or Bravo 2. It does not matter who goes and takes it. Alright, Tackle Platoon, you're looking good so far.
Vagrant, I'm new to the radio. Are you able to take squad lead again?
Stafenberg, you cannot be in. Alright, yeah, you already know what I was going to say.
Wait, somebody said my name?
Nah, what? Who's talking?
It was Smed, sorry. I was saying, Vagrant, can you take the squad leader again? Because I'm new to the radio, otherwise I'd do it.
Alright, yeah, sure, I guess I'll do it.
Alright. I still need a... Oh, I guess
don't take team leader on Bravo and I'll lead them.
Copy that.
Oh, and Stream Elements decided to break
I need
itself
team for Charlie 2 unless somebody's doing it from another.
while I was editing commands. Cool.
Should be good.
Alright, I'm good.
Drake, 60 seconds.
Sphere, I'm sure you'll do this, but make sure you get on the platoon net there in Charlie 2.
Mm-hmm. That's the plan.
You're looking a little thin there, second platoon, but I'm good with it. Make sure your comms are good, and I'm good to go.
I'll take care of it.
Alrighty, let's push her to map screen.
I've been informed nobody reads my Morse code. This makes me sad.
Oh, that's a shame.
I do.
It's not on the screen.
I thought you just had a stroke on your keyboard.
That's what
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that too.
Yeah.
As long as you go slow enough, I could.
If you translated it, it says I like big butts and I cannot lie.
It's a lie. It's actually secretly.
Alright, let me get a, oh well, I'm still waiting on some people to join.
Oh no. Man, the reason why we can't read is because you're probably using Enigma code.
I might make food here sooner, because I'm hungry.
Cyrus, you got a hot mic. Let me get a brief.
Yes, sir. All right, attack, defend, all for Blue 4. Blue 4 has a Super Tucano that is not armed. Any questions?
What are the uniforms?
U.S. has Marpat Woodland. Russia has EMR Summer, or the standard one.
Are we getting any boats?
There are no boats. One thing I do need to mention is the PRP-3s do have a small issue with their gunfire. You need to aim a little bit low, or a lot of bit low.
A lot of bit.
Why'd you use them then?
Alright, don't matter. Any questions from the Op 4 platoon? I mean, company leader.
What are the objectives?
Caches.
Caches, understood.
Are there any movables?
No.
Are they just normal caches? Nothing special like?
No special things about them, just normal caches. Nice.
Alrighty. We're pushing to round 2. Good luck, have fun. Starting right now.
Alright. So, this is round 2. So, Barb decided to jump out because his internet was being spotty, and I'm going to be joined by Boston and I believe Slushy for this one. Boston, you're already in here. Give me one moment. I'm just finishing up writing all the caches. I stopped to make myself some coffee, but we've got Op 4 has 2 PR. You're counting me down, aren't you?
No, I'm counting you up because you said 1 moment, so I gave you 1 moment, and then you got the 3 moments.
Well, I appreciate the 3 moments. So we've got 3 up-armored Humvees, 2 PRPs, and 3 cords. All right, here we go. Got to write that into the map command here.
Oh, these are the things with the mortars on the back. The flare mortars.
Yeah, but they're only flares, unfortunately.
I've thought about using those in a couple missions, but I feel like they're just too up-armored to really do anything against.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't really have anything good on them, to be honest.
You know what the gun is?
It's a 7.62 coax.
Oh, okay, I guess that's not bad. I guess it's an armored box you can drive around. Yeah. So, yeah, those are cords. 2 of those are transports. And this is a destroy. So, looking at the first one by the bay on railroad tracks, it's going to be inside one of those long warehouses.
Alright,
right.
I froze because I had to tab out to finish the mission command.
Standard cache for the northern.
Get that up in date, so sorry about that.
Where everyone else is. Is this building? Oh, it's a hospital.
Yeah, so This was the first round that they were running for EU where the server decided to crash. So the southern cache is a hospital and the northern cache is in a compound, which we often see an objective in. But I remember talking with Barb, the two issues with these defensive AOs is the northern one, once Blue 4 knows it's there, they can just open one of the two large doors and then pop an AT in there and blow it up immediately. So Op4 has to hold the perimeter, potentially using their Fortify tool to make those concrete bunker, the HESCO blocks that they can not climb on. They can use the wood ramp to get on the second layer. But they can use that to look over the wall and hold it, because once they lose that outer perimeter, it's going to be easy for Blue 4 to get in here and blow up that cache. And the second AO at the hospital is if Blue 4 is paying attention, they can actually see the cache from the western road and potentially snipe an AT shot in there as well, but it's only if Blue 4 is absolutely paying attention, so it's going to depend on how Blue 4 comes into this AO and gets all of this done.
I can't even tell what time of day it is.
It's a bit night, so.
Well, I'm just saying like the actual time of day, not the mission time.
Yeah, we don't have a watch feature with Spectator, unfortunately, so we can't tell.
But I would assume that it's gonna get brighter, because there's no way that the mission maker would be allowed to, have it this dark the whole time.
We're talking about Mountain.
Yes. Yeah. All right, question for you: Who makes the crazier missions, me or him?
I was gonna say Night Owl, but
yeah. Night Owl.
Night Owl's missions are dope, dude. Fucking like half an aircraft carrier, capture the flag, have fun on Stratus. That's still like one of the craziest ones I've seen for FNF.
And his voice, and his
voice.
I've been trying to convince him. I told him how to get all the sound files for a TeamSpeak hack. Wouldn't you love to hear that, though? Just the TeamSpeak telling you in his voice.
Yes. Yes, please. God, that would be something.
He has a YouTube channel. I'm not going to tell
you.
He
does now. Why would you do that to me?
All right, let me see if I can find it again.
That's horrible. You give me forbidden knowledge and then forbid me from knowing more. For those of you on stream that don't know, Night Owl, he's the guy with the super sexy voice. Sexier than mine and what I could ever hope to be.
Oh, absolutely.
And I just want to hear him read me Harry Potter when I go to bed at night. That would just make my day. Excuse me, night.
All right. So he gets other people to sing for him, but I think he makes the music in the background. I'll pop it in your chat here.
DM it to Barbarian, because I have links auto-censored because bots like to spam.
Fair
enough. Unfortunately.
Barbarian. There you go, Barbarian.
His deep, sexy, manly voice. That's the voice that every man wants to have.
Sexy voice.
Yeah, I was just talking about that. It's so great.
It's so good.
Anyway, I'm gonna
support him.
Nice. So I will say, I mean, if it's kept at this time of day, the flare mortars might actually be useful. You know?
Yeah. You must have your, I must have my brightness a little bit too high, because looking at your stream on my other screen, it looks rather dark, but for me it's not that bad. Interesting.
You have your gamma turned up, do you? You little cheater.
No, I have my brightness turned up, and then I have a decently...
You have the gamma. You have the gamma hacks, and...
Really? You want me to go ahead and take a look at that real quick?
Op4 just put a plank of wood down and respawned it. I'm glad they didn't put that in a Vic. That would have been awkward, but... I'd love to make an op around this PRP, and I just got to rescript its mortar to actually fire some HE. That would be pretty fucking dope.
That wouldn't be too bad, as long as you get... you could even change it to, like, the 120 mortar.
Yeah.
That's just the static you can place down.
Mm-hmm.
Brightness and gamma are at 1. I can't prove it to you because I'm not streaming right now, but
yeah.
I have 1.
Where are those settings under display? Yeah, mine are at 1 too, so I don't know. I guess mine just suck.
I might have my TV turned up then. What's a gaming monitor when you can get free TVs?
I just realized it doesn't reflect on OBS.
Probably not.
Like, I'm bringing it back and forth, and it's not
Yeah, it's not changing on your
That's
stream either.
trippy as shit, man. That's Twilight Zone level.
Alright, so Blue Forest North, they've got a couple transports. Let's go over...
So they have the box truck transport.
For defense, I will take Blue for attack. I'll say what I think I want to do, and you say what
Alright, okay, no, that sounds great. Go ahead.
Alright, so for Blue 4, obviously I'm going to plane in the air. It looks like they also have a, what was that, Chinook?
Yeah, CH-47, it's got two M134s on either side.
Hello, Bert. So I would probably load a platoon, the smallest one, which is probably going to be platoon 2, and put them over on Hill 9-4, southwest of the lower cache. By Hill 7-3.
You have a grid ref for that?
Yeah, it is, let's see if I can do this right. 111-084.
111084. So you're talking about Hill 294.
Yeah.
Just south of Dubani. Yeah, that'd be good.
And then have them push down through the forest. Oh, this is like that one mission. It wasn't winter, it was autumn. Not too long ago, it was Blue 4 was south, N4 was defending, and they had a town.
Independent also had a little bird with a GAU 19.
Yep. That crashed into the telephone poles not far from the south of this town. Yep. Yeah, so I think that would be a decent area to push from, and it's really the only good landing spot. So I'd put a platoon over there, and then I'd have my first platoon, which is going to be the biggest. Dismount at the town 122-109, just to the north of the Op4.
Yeah, right, Wasber. Thanks for the 5-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope
And
you're
then have
safe
them
on
walk
COVID, and I hope you get a kick out
straight
of
to
this.
the shore, and then follow along the railroad tracks. That's probably how I would do it.
It's funny because Gorski's in my chat and he said, yeah, that was the original plan for the EU Blue 4 before the desync killed the mission.
Yeah, I didn't know it was this mission. I wasn't able to load in properly.
See, it's kind of funny because they loaded EU Mission 2, and instead we're playing EU Mission 1 now. So I was like, alright, c'est la vie.
I mean,
if I was...
enough missions, so...
Yeah, right. Now, if I was Op4 and I had the 2 PRPs, I would... Let's see, what do I have on my roster right here? If I was GC, I obviously have command, I got first platoon, full Alpha, full Bravo, full... no, partial Charlie, just Charlie 2 for the AT, and then I've got 1 fire team in Foxtrot, and then Echo, a full team in Echo, which is just another rifle squad. I would probably try to evenly defend both AOs, because the size of both AOs, I'm going to look at it from a map perspective so it's a bit more fair.
Yeah.
The compound to the north, I don't want to put more than like 1 or 2 squads in, 2 max, because the perimeter of itself is pretty small, to say the least, and especially if that gets breached, it's going to be really easy for Blue 4 to take that cache out. Hospital, I would hold with another squad, not more than 2 squads again, which is about what I have minus the vehicle assets, but I'd probably want to keep whatever forces I still had remaining, be it the, let's say I put Alpha on the northern cache, Bravo on the southern cache. Platoon HQs can also reinforce, but marksman teams go on overwatch positions of those caches themselves. I would probably play this one purely defensive because of those PRPs, and that way I could use those PRPs with the infantry I have remaining, such as Charlie 2 and Echo 2 and Foxtrot 1, and I can go vehicle hunting for the Chinook if they want to use that for combat purposes, for the armored Humvees that they're going to field in. I might put 1 squad, probably I would rush it up to the hilltop, at the very least like a marksman, over where you told the Huey to land, because this hill in itself is a really good overwatch position for the entire AO if you go onto an opening.
when it looks like, I don't know if it's just the spectator cam, but my fog is not showing up, so I could see basically the whole.
Yeah, so that means we can, like, they've got full render distance. So if they were to put a marksman, I'm going to go back to where I was. If you put a marksman at, all right, so here it is, 114084 at hill 273. If you look in that same grid square where it is, let's say that's numpad 1, look at numpad 3 of 114084 and look northeast. You have perfect overwatch of pretty much everything in that town on both AOs bearing the far northeast. So you can see if Blue 4 is going to come in to do some attacks, and then with that information, you can coordinate to the PRP teams and the Charlie 2 MAT team to go counter it by garrisoning a random building in this large group here, flare their position, and just have a machine gunner group start engaging them to make them panic.
Yeah, the one thing you do have to keep in mind, though, is you have 2 separate platoons. So you have your Alpha Bravo Charlie as 1 platoon under 1 platoon leader, and then you have your, what is it, Delta Echo Foxtrot. So maybe a little bit of adjustment to that plan. Maybe have first platoon being pure defense of the actual objectives, and then your second platoon as like the reactionary force, which kind of looks like
that'd work.
Because they've got a bunch of people here in the middle, and that looks like that's
the entirety of Alpha, and who is Quigley and Sirius a part of? Are they also Alpha?
Quigley, Sirius, looking.
Yep, Alpha 2. So all of Alpha is getting the center of this AO. You've got Platoon 2 HQ on the western side with a group of infantry that are part of Echo, so they might go with a vehicle up to that hill to prevent any flanks with the CH-47. You've got Foxtrot 2 defending the the hospital on its own. And then you've got Bravo and Charlie doing some wide, like not defending the AO itself. They're instead just defending the ways to come into the town, trying to maximize the open fields as kill zones to prevent Blue 4 from coming in. So honestly, Op4 doing a little bit of a risky placement here by not putting too many guys in the objective itself. I'd assume the fallback plan is to the objectives, but if a Blue 4 strike team with a quick-moving vehicle were to sneak in, it could pull the rug out from under them. We almost saw that in the first round, but thankfully Blue 4's Far Force was able to come back when Blue 4 was defending in NA1 and seal the deal for Blue 4's victory there. But had they not, Independent would have overwhelmed that AO with a full surrounding of that AO and made it absolute hell. But now we're seeing Warlords. He's putting some fortifications down by the hospital. Mission is a go. Boston, what do you see Blue 4 doing?
Let me get over there because I was overviewing your objective. So the helicopter's off, the plane's taken off. We're seeing Platoon 1, Platoon 2 taking vehicles. Is there anyone in that helicopter?
So helicopter is filled with Bravo 2, Platoon 1 HQ, half of the top half, so Ground Command and 2 IC, Hotel, which is the flight crew itself, and Bravo 1 and Bravo 2. Also, the plane is dead.
Good job. Who was that?
They,
that was Pierce.
Stottenweg and Pierce. They drove it too far, lost control, crashed into a fence, and exploded.
Whoopsie.
Where's Iceberg when you need him?
Where's a good pilot? Can anyone find me a good pilot?
Well, Op4 doesn't know that the helicopter's not dead. Jesus Christ.
Well, they might have heard a distant explosion, but it's gonna be...
Not at that range, but yeah, there goes the plane, I mean...
Right, so the helicopter's way off to the
helicopter
west.
recon.
It looks like it is going to come around to the southern side.
Yep.
But let's see what your Op4 force is doing, and maybe pushing up that mountain like you said, or maybe even just holding that forest.
So this is the same exact place Independent, when they were holding this AO a few weeks ago, decided to set up. When that Blue 4 convoy came down the road, but they were completely out of position to actually engage it. There might be a repeat of that here. because I don't know what Op4 is doing here. Like, I think they might just be trying to be a rear force for Blue 4 to potentially come down that road. But I don't understand it, because there's a lot of other places. For example, the forested route that Alpha's looking over and overwatching, that would be a much better bet for Blue 4 to come in on. What I also like, though, is look at where Firefighter is. I think he's putting explosive traps up in this forest here.
Where?
Yep, he's, Firefighter. He's on his own, grid ref 123100. He put an explosive charge on the edge of this forestry line here, and now he's running back to friendlies. So that's a pretty good spot right there, if you ask me.
He'll be unranged, because that's the biggest thing.
True.
If he goes all the way back to maybe even the sheds or even across the road, I don't think he's going to have the range to hit to trigger that.
So M2 Humvees have all stopped. One of them was randomly shooting at something. I don't know what that was about.
We have a group passenger Falcon Valhallan of Command. They've all stopped in the middle of the forest up to the north. I'm not sure what they're doing. Maybe they expected someone to go ahead and rush them. I mean, that has been one of the big things, is rushing the player spawn.
I'm warming my hands.
If you're still alive on your screen.
Yeah, I'm warming my hands right now. It's getting toasty in here. I think he's just accepted it. Go ahead, sorry.
Truck heading to the town of Dubravka, which is to the direct west of the objectives. They're heading down towards that one group that got set up in the forest, Echo.
Alec, this is round 2 of NA.
They've stopped in the town. Maybe they're waiting for Alpha 2 to catch up. I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they might be waiting for the other pincer to be ready. We're probably going to see a 3-pronged attack here. One group in the Chinook, one group in Dubrovko as they're dismounting and getting ready, and then the northern group are the 3 armed Humvees. Looks like mostly members of Task Force 121, and then we've got a central group of Finn, Hassinger, Valhallan, and Falcon. I think they're going to try to do Overwatch from that hill, knowing that now that they don't have the plane, they have to find other routes to guide their forces in and try to do some long-range recon. Yeah. They could also risk it with a Chinook, but it's unlikely. Well, speaking of the Chinook, it's landed.
Right now, landing, so it's a little bit farther south. It's about, 500 meters south of where I predicted they would go. But that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, because if we were to go to the place you wanted to land, I can hear the volume of that Chinook. Chinook is one of the loudest aircraft in the game for Arma 3. So if they land at the spot you predicted, Op4 at the Garrison Hospital would have heard it coming, at least known that it was there. So I appreciate that farther landing.
Well, and it allows them to stay behind this ridge line.
Yep.
And again, be out of sight, out of audio distance. And I'd also like to correct you. The loudest plane, or the loudest aircraft in Arma is a A-10 while firing its main gun. How dare you?
Sounds about right.
If that flying gun is not the loudest thing, then we need to find something else.
I assure you, we can find plenty of loud things in Arma. We just have to go to the sci-fi mods.
Oh boy. I mean, I was about to say you just go American, but you know, sci-fi.
Very true. Have you ever fired the 134 epilator from NI Arms?
Yes. Yes.
It's fun. It's also very loud.
Literally, even if you have earplugs in with...
you're still going deaf.
You know,
you're still going deaf.
Have you used the cinematic rounds, though?
Yeah, the cassette rounds, quote-unquote.
Yes, the ones like 30 cal firing.
They're blacklisted in my community because they literally lag out the server if you fire like a full burst of them down because of all the smoke it makes. All of those particles.
Beautiful.
Oh, man. So I'm curious here. Let's actually look at Op4 and see where they've put these cords. I see one on the northern side with Bravo 2. They have put it in a fortified area they made in, I want to say a bunker. Yeah, so they got it in a bunker right here. Looking around at these other cords, I'd assume Alpha probably has one, and then the third one, I honestly could not tell you.
I would hope it'd be at the hospital, but you know that's hoping for a lot. I'm checking a look at the Alpha group here in the middle. I'm not seeing the core just yet.
All 3 were taken. I'm not seeing any left at spawn, which is pretty good.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, Hoyt has it over at Alpha in the middle. He's got a bunker next to him.
Yep,
right
yep.
in the middle between it. So that's one. You said the other one's over by the first objective.
So here's Hoyt's. Yep, it's on the rooftop of that bunker. They're moving it to the top of the bunker. Second one is at Bravo 2's location towards the north by Chupless, Eagle, and Carson. It's on Chupless's position. He's on it. And that third one, I do not know. I don't see it on the map.
And no one's in it quite yet.
It is important to note that the PRPs have divided themselves. We have one to the south and one I thought was to the center, but I guess I'm wrong. Where is that other PRP?
Well, and right now, it looks like Nielsen is looking in the correct direction. They can definitely hear the helicopter.
Oh, yeah.
They know it's going to be flying over here in a second.
I think that helicopter, I think it's flying off in the distance to do a feint strategy.
Well, it's already too late for that.
Yeah.
In FNF, if you're not landing within the first, 10
5 minutes. 10, you're being generous with that one. Yeah.
Alright, so Anderson doesn't have it. I wonder if it's back over in the middle. I wonder if they're going to try to do a middle defense. Like,
yeah.
Have the middle group be able to go to either side or even prevent, like, force splitting them. Because that'd be what I would think they're doing.
So PRP is actually driving towards that Chinook. We got one of the dudes turned out. They're watching it here, but yeah, they're using the Chinook to scout, which I think is going to turn some heads for OpFor. Maybe they'll start thinking about why the Chinook's doing the scouting and not the Tucano.
Well, and even the mission maker said, you know, they've got a scout Tucano, which is unarmed, so they know they have a plane.
But again, that plane is unfortunately disabled. All of Bluefor and Dobroka are mounted back up and Vic's ready to go. The recon task force for Bluefor is still heading up this vector. I think everyone's just waiting for A, the southern group to be in position, and B, that platoon element to do the recon as the Chinook also does recon from the air, trying to catch those BMPs and see where they are. I have no idea where this other PRP is. Is it at spawn? No. Yes, it is. Okay, so they're only fielding one.
Yeah, one of them, Vonk, has it back over at their spawn area. Oh, both of them are back over at the spawn area. One of them is not.
That one drove by because it was getting distracted by the Chinook. I doubt it's going to take pot shots at the Chinook, but we'll have to see.
I think the big thing is it's going to be waiting, and I think the platoon leader, which I believe is Hassinger? Yeah, Hassinger. For Bluefor, I think he's trying to get everyone in position so that when he gives the signal, everyone's going to move in at once, and the OpFor command's just not going to have time to be able to react to everyone pushing. Because that Alpha element that drove into the town of Dobrokia to the west of all the caches hasn't moved yet. The one in the forest to the north with all the Humvees hasn't moved yet. The only people moving right now are the guys that dismounted from the helicopter, and they're heading through the forest and probably not going to get spotted at all.
Yeah, I know, with the color contrast and the trees, I don't think anyone's going to see them coming. They also intentionally avoided that open area, opting to stay hidden instead of doing recon from that position, which means they're relying on a different asset to watch their approach, which I believe in this case is the Chinook that's circling the area. M134 firing down. I think they spotted some of the fortifications that OpFor made, and they are firing down at them. We do have a cord looking up, and it is going to return fire. But those rounds are ending up a little bit short. Another cord opening up, the second one we know about by Hoyt and Quincy's position.
Yeah, but that is a chonky helicopter. It's going to take a lot of rounds to take that thing down.
Hey, they lost one of the rotors.
You know, I would say I'm going to eat my words, but you know, game's already done it for me.
So,
see that.
wow. That's amazing. Those cord rounds didn't even look like they were close, but they got a lucky hit and somehow shot out the avionics of the rear rotor. I've never seen that before in Arma.
Some people are going to be very unhappy about that. Yeah,
That's incredible.
I'm not going to say I can feel the salt, but I can definitely feel the salt coming off of him right now. It's like, I flew over once and my back rotor's out. What the hell?
Amazing.
Well, and here's the thing too. If they do it right, they can go back to their base, land the helicopter.
And repair it.
And repair it and get back up in the air.
Yep.
Which I believe Greg Legs can easily do if he's the one actually piloting.
Boss, I'm going to BRB 1 second. Just give me a minute.
Okay. I will keep talking. So this Blue Force to the south, it's moving through the forest, about to get to the tree line. Doesn't look like they've been spotted yet, which is good for them. All other forces, again, still on hold, with only the command element and Falcon moving up on the northernmost objective. With the Chinook heading back, hopefully they do this right and they head back to base. Maybe this time Pierce will get the pilots of the plane, pull them out, see if they're alive. Looks like both of them are alive? What the hell? Alright, Greg Legs, let's see if you can do it. This is not the right way to land. Oh. Come on. Come on. You got this. Little hard, little hard. Ah, oh, beautiful. And he puts it down. Alright, well that's going on. Let's get back into the fight. And nothing really much happening. I think we're waiting on Hassinger to give everyone the go-ahead to start pushing. Falcon slowly getting closer to where Firefighter placed that trap. I'll have to ask Liru exactly where that is. Falcon here.
Alright, what do we got?
The helicopter was able to successfully land back at base. There's a little bit of side shifting and they're repairing it right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're talking with the pilots.
Yeah, the pilots are both like fine in there, apparently.
They're just tabbed out yelling that things got taken out. Also, it has gotten brighter on the mission.
Yeah, it must be becoming morning.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, that makes sense, especially with not having
hard to tell if the cloud cover
either sides that we could see.
Yeah.
It has to get brighter. It's either it starts bright and gets
Tomato,
it starts dark and gets bright. There's no...
Shoot me a DM on Discord. That'll help me remember.
Dark and stay dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sideways and Vonic are sitting outside their PT... What is it? PTR?
PRP-3.
PRP. Blue 4 has moved up to the edge of the forest line, not even 100 meters from your Echo unit. No one's firing. Oh, I just heard some firing. I don't know from who.
That is...
That's
OPT4 engaging Blue 4 command structure. Yep, that we're doing some recons. They're going to get them to wave off of that position. That's some good eyes from that angle, considering they don't have any scopes. They must have seen some small moving silhouettes, possibly of Hassinger.
Team leaders. I know the team leaders have binocs, so they probably got...
Yeah. It was a good sight. I mean, these guys, again, they're the core players of FNF. They've been the ones doing this for years, so I'd imagine that they, have the experience to look at those angles. Now, let's... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just looking at the camo. So Blue 4 has Marpat WD.
Yeah.
And let's see. And OPT4 is just standard EMR Summer. Green.
So they're both easy to see.
The Matt Maver went with the the Woodlands camo for Blue 4.
Yeah.
So
I think... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the big things is if Tarnfolk, he's all the way down south by himself out in the middle of a field. If he's able to spot this Blue 4 advance by the first platoon of Bravo and Charlie, then that force is going to be nullified very quickly with the force to the north of it.
By the way, they got the guys out of the plane and they're loading them up in the helicopter.
Get back, boots on the ground. Oh, and it looks like the Alpha teams in their transport trucks are finally moving. They're going to head directly west.
They're going to potentially beeline this. I'll be curious to see if the OPFOR contingent on the northwestern side tries to engage those forces going in, but I think they're going to...
I can imagine, so they definitely know something's coming.
So here's the thing, though. If OPFOR engages that force, they're going to give themselves away, and we might see some of Blue 4's Charlie and Bravo teams head over. But it looks like instead they're going to do an open field push led by Buckets.
Yeah, and Twig is... I'm looking at Twig right now, and he just sees the two vehicles running across the field, so he's definitely calling that in with his long range. I think he's, platoon HQ.
But once again, the forces that are over here are going to be completely out of position as Blue 4 is now setting up a pincer maneuver. They're thunder running with these two vehicles right on the edge of the town. This is playing exactly like that Blue 4 versus Independent Op. And they're going to take the southern AO with ease because Op 4 doesn't have enough stuff right here. I did say in the beginning that if Op 4 stretches themselves out too thin like this, they're going to easily catch themselves out of position with not enough units defending the actual objective.
And it looks like one of the Charlie guys, team leader, accidentally threw a flare on that Brazilian.
I saw that, yeah, they shot, I don't think they have hand flares. He must have shot that as a GL, so...
And it probably hit a tree. That's
yeah. I mean, there's not enough OPFOR guys to really take notice. Sure, you got a few dudes at the hospital, but there's a lot more guys up there. We do have Warlords firing towards the flare, but... with the sheer amount of Blue 4 guys that are going to pincer this hospital off, we're going to need a miracle here for, let's see, Warlords, Killinger, Vormuk, and Pop-Tart. They're somehow going to have to hold off literally half of Blue 4 here. And Op4 hasn't adjusted yet. They're, I think, trying to get back in their Vic, but...
It's just not moving. I see Twig King running over, but, I mean, that's about it. Like, all of Echo is still left behind. They might get to the edge of the forest while this helicopter team gets right onto the town, so...
So it is important to note, Blue 4 still has those 3 armed Humvees and that additional squad of dudes in the truck in reserve.
I wonder if he's playing it so that, like, trying to bait out most of the...
Pop-Tart.
Come to this objective so that they can push them.
Vormuk was just taken out.
Loaded with people into the second one.
Op4's down to 50% effectiveness here. And honestly, I'm going to check the roster real quick. I don't think there's been a single... No, we had Flood get picked off. Flood was in the reserve group with the Humvees, so I guess he disconnected or something silly happened. But other than that, no one has died on Blue 4 yet. Meanwhile, 2 of the Op4 defenders have died.
Yep, and they're all over that hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, Blue 4 and Blue 4 now. Shooting at the front of the hospital.
Pop-Tart just went down. Gen Killer getting a double tap. There goes Pop-Tart. And now it's just up to Warlords to hold this spot. He could have caught Lazy and Zulu out of position. Instead, Zulu's going to shoot at him. Gets a back of the head shot there and knocks him out.
Yep, and there's that gash done. Now it's going to be really interesting to see how the Op4 commander takes this, because if he keeps all of his Alpha force right here in the middle, that could be a big detriment, especially if they pull vehicles up.
Yeah.
Pick up everyone from the first objective here that they took and transport them over.
HC4 just went on that PRP3, that Vonk's driving next to Op4 Alpha. It was just over, unfortunately. And Blue 4 I honestly...
Yeah, this cache is theirs.
I think they did it perfectly. There's no one dead. We do have a wounded guy, but he's in the hands of Blue 4 Harna. And, I mean, 4 free kills and an objective. Not a bad call there. We've got the cords firing up at Blue 4 Command. I think what Blue 4 is going to try to do is they're going to try to bait Op4 to reposition units on the southern side, making Op4 think that this is their main attack force. And in that, they're going to then charge in their other vehicles to the other cache and do rinse and repeat of what they just did.
Oh, absolutely. The one guy we want to watch out for, though, is Tarnfolk. He's one of the marksmen. He's between 2 forces. Or no, maybe he's not. No, he's a team leader, it looks like.
Yeah, he was the team leader of the group that already died. I don't know where he's positioned, though, because he's not with them. Meanwhile, Blue 4, the tail end of their force, it's members of TSB coming into town, unfortunately getting caught out of position by the repositioned Op4 force, which is now trying to take the forest and pin them down. They're going to have to do some really fancy maneuvering to get down there without getting killed. So we might see some even trades. Op4 might catch these 4 Blue 4 guys out of position. Meanwhile, Blue 4 is trying to reposition these guys on the southern, the southern flank that were coming in to be part of that pincer, are now repositioning to take care of this new Op4 threat. But we still have quite a big chunk of dudes in here. Tarnfolk coming back into the town, getting into a firefight with Iowa. Knocks Iowa out, but Cheese Day was right there to flank Tarnfolk, catch him out of position, and took him out. And I think we're now hearing some mag dumping being done on this cache, which I find kind of funny because Daniel has a law which he could use to take it out, but c'est la vie.
At that close of a range, you know,
True.
It's one of those things, you're going to suicide, basically. You only want to do that on the last objective. But if they have an engineer, they should set their engineer up there, plant a charge, and they'll be good.
Yep. So I'm going to quickly look back up north because the chopper is back. They've brought up a transport truck. I don't know what they're planning with that, but we might see some extra reinforcements from the pilot crew come in.
I wonder if they're going to try to sling it.
They could. That would be interesting to say the least.
I saw some desync from a couple of
Iowa's woken back up. So let's see, majority of Blue 4, they were able to fold in, but we do have Iota down. Let me see he woke back up. Yeah, everyone else in his group is still alive as well, so they're trying to pop more smoke and move down. So really great maneuvering by Blue 4 trying to get here before Op4 can reposition and get right on top of them. But Blue 4 at this point, they need to load back up in those Thunder Run trucks. Actually, no, that wouldn't be a good call. They just need to start moving down to the other cache at this point.
I don't know which way I would go. If I, looking at it from here, I would actually go straight to the coast. Because I know there's people
it's
down
risky,
this MSR, and I know they're going to be fortified along there, that's what Command would say. So if I go down to the coast and I push along the coast, I can bypass that entire force. I don't know what Command has spotted, if they spotted this Charlie 2 and Platoon HQ1 with Anderson and Arcor.
Okay, how Alpha's completely repositioned to deal with this.
Guaranteeing they never spotted Cosmonaut over on their shoreline. But just something, because they can't run back west, really. They're going to get caught out. They can't run back up the hill because they still got the Op4 force, which has retreated? Yeah, they've retreated back into the woods. What are they doing?
I think they're just trying to reposition to catch any more Blue 4 guys out, but Blue 4 is now folding back into the hospital location. That cache is destroyed. What's scaring me here, though, is if we look north to where Op4 is, a Thunder Run can break right through that line of, 3 armed Humvees. We just saw a marksman round come in and take out the gunner. No, it was War Dog. Just got knocked out by... Who is that up there? Val Holland. Beautiful neck shot right there. Wasn't a headshot. Didn't take him out and insta-kill him, but that was great.
And it's definitely
War Dog waking back up.
Defenders on their objective because they know they've got a marksman, so they're going to be hiding more behind walls, not being able to look out as far. So that's going to be important. One of the things I'm going to wonder is that other PRP is sit underneath a light not too far from Blue 4.
Yeah.
Just look over there.
You think they're going to take it?
No, it's behind a hill. Never mind. They're not going to.
Yeah, no, at that angle, unfortunately.
But
if Blue 4 is going to move to the coast like you're suggesting, it is quite possible that they might grab that and then use it to thunder run up the coast. The one issue I see with it, though, is OpForce Charlie 2 team, specifically Lurch Elson, who is the mat gunner. He is looking in that direction. He would be ready to engage anything. And we got the Chinook back in the AO here.
Yeah, and it's definitely drawing some fire. That rear rotor's out again. The fuck?
Was it always out? They might not have been able to fully repair it.
It must be glitched on our side because I see it as not spinning.
I don't see it as spinning either. I think it's genuinely damaged.
Huh.
It's definitely doing a thunder run here, trying to shoot down into the OpFor force here.
So not a bad plan by Drake. I believe he is the commander for OpFor right now. He's got his forces spread out, which is going to make it hard for any kind of solidified push, but like you said, if a thunder run of any kind, and the whole plan falls apart very quickly. Are they moving up there on that hill? The north?
So the truck has moved up to the top of the hill. It is slowly climbing up there. The Humvees are still right there. I honestly think Blue Force should be closing this northern pincer now and putting pressure on that cache. They've let a lot of time go by. OpFor has moved as much as they're willing to move here. Now, yeah, go ahead.
The guys in the truck are the ones who are supposed to be flying. Those were Pearson.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, the original truck is still back there. They're still in reserve. This is just the pilots now driving up. That's kind of funny.
They're supposed to be the fastest aircraft in the AO. They get the slowest truck.
Chinook now going low again. That back rotor is completely out now.
Never stopped them before, though. They're going to continue flying.
They're dumping both of those miniguns as much as they can into the AO, going for any lucky hits. We got fire coming back at them. At least it's draining the cords and the machine gunners. I think they're using the Chinook to get some recon data on where those machine gun positions are, because now if you look over the Chinook, you have that northern force starting to come down now. So this might be the close in the gap that Blue Force is going for. If they thunder run the second AO and are able to take out the cache with AT, it's going to be GG, even though...
A lot of people still on the...
Yeah, with a lot of people still alive, and that's just the name of the game. OpFor has spread themselves out pretty well in my opinion, but it just hasn't been enough. And we... Oh, no. The Chinook is distracting the northern force. It's making everyone look up. This is going to be a thunder run. So if you have
about half the people, there's still people that we got like TPA, Eagle, Carlson, who are still looking out to the west and north.
Don't get me wrong though, but
west.
Here's the thing. This is a strategy I always like to talk about. The Chinook is purely being a distraction, making people look up at the Chinook and not pull 360 security. That is going to let these vehicles on Blue 4 thunder run this AO.
Yep.
But with them firing early and announcing themselves, no, they're not going to do a thunder run. They're doing it this... They could have thunder runned it if they had the Chinook flying over and providing distraction. By stopping here... Sorry, go ahead. I'm hogging it. Go ahead.
The Echo 2 team, or the Echo team that was on the hill beside the Blue 4 helicopter team that dismounted, they actually moved up, and they're going to attack the Chinook that landed. Oh, no.
Wait, the Chinook fucking land... Jesus.
Oh, no. And it's sliding down the hill. It's rolling away into the trees.
Mountain's trying to recover it, going, no, baby. Baby, come back!
They're running right at each other right now.
What?
Bye, helicopter. Goodbye. Go live in the trees.
This is why you put the parking brake on.
I wonder if they did, and that's just Arma being Arma.
This... Oh my god.
And now you've got Twin King and his entire team about to engage. Yep, there you go.
There's a marksman. CO is shooting at him. They're going to get picked off. And we have the OpFor truck driving up the forest route here.
I wonder if it's going to try to stop it from going in the trees and push back on the field so they can...
I doubt it. Worst case scenario, it keeps driving, the Chinook explodes and kills them all, but they're going to stop short and try to do a flanking element on these three guys that are dismounted. Chinook has stopped sliding because it finally got caught on a tree. What the hell?
I wonder if one of the cords put something into it and just like the engine was finally out.
By the way, hey, Blue 4 stole the PRP and a transport truck, and now they're squaring off with Alpha, who's pulled back on the defensive line. Again, Alpha doing a very good job moving from that center area to be dynamic with this Blue 4 force that's trying to move, but that's going to keep things distracted as the top half of this pincer maneuver comes down. And
there's going to be no one except for Narisk here looking in the right direction. He's going to see like 4 guys, while you still have another 6 to 8 who are going to come down the railroad tracks.
The hell he just throw?
I mean, I almost called the plan, but it looks like they're doing a little bit thing special.
I mean, this is a classic pincer maneuver here. No doubt about it. It's just going to be up to the northern group to kind of seal the deal here.
Oh, wow. That the PRP that's firing, that the Blue 4 guys have stolen are getting rather close to the northern force because they're shooting over. Yep, and here they come, straight down to the coast.
They're doing a good job of closing the gap. Yep.
Anderson, Archer, and Cosmonaut behind a rock, behind a hill, who are going to be able to see them and put some pain out. But other than that, yeah.
Oh, we have Trooper Nordia driving right up to this OPFOR group. Perfect GL shot going under the truck.
Ooh, what was that? Oh.
That was an AT shot. It sounded like the Mat Gunner of Blue 4 taking out the OPFOR PRP. Blue 4 dismounting, though, getting caught out of position, knocked on their feet by Cosmonaut. Arcor throwing a grenade. A grenade gets perfectly thrown up to him. It's going to explode on his ass.
Come on.
Arcor dismount, going prone a little too quick there, taking a few headshots, the back of his helmet catching it. And Cosmonaut trying to come down to clean these guys up, but... oh, this is getting messy.
Yeah, and that Echo Force has cleaned up the pilots, and they're now searching the helicopter, seeing what they can pillage from it.
Yeah. Trying to look for the Charlie 2 team that was able to get that beautiful kill.
Or spawn up at those buildings where the vehicles were.
Yeah, their Mat Gunner definitely got that kill. That would have been Grab. Let me check his ratio here. Yep, he got that Vic kill.
Smoke too, so that's going to be really effective.
So that Thunder Run with that truck, OPFOR had a really good opportunity to eliminate them. Only getting 2 of the guys as Blue 4 still has 4 guys around here. They're walking wounded though. Cosmonaut still up trying to pick off a few more guys with whatever he can. Meanwhile, Blue 4 has moved into the town. One of the M2 Vics is smoking, unfortunately. And Nurse.
It probably got hit by Gorski, who dropped the Mat rifle.
But Blue 4 right on top of this position. Nurse getting caught up position by Jameson and getting taken out. Great shot there. And these members of Task Force 121 are within striking distance of the cache. They've got a slightly lesser OPFOR force to deal with, but otherwise it's pretty even. 15 minutes remaining, called. It's still anyone's game.
There's still a huge amount of OPFOR left and a huge amount of Blue 4, so with this 15 minutes, I think they're gonna, really pick up the pace and, bum rush this. They have to at this point.
Yeah.
What? Like a Foxtrot 2 team pinned in the north by, it looks like Bay and Eagle and Choofless.
What Task Force 121, the best thing they could do right now on this northern side is send 2 guys over to the coast and try to get around and get to the cache site itself. Because in all honesty, this area is very easy to predict where the cache is going to be. It's going to be in the central compound. But then finding the right building is going to be a little hard. But you sure? Because to me, this compound screams it to me. That would be the first place I'd check,
I could see it, but it's definitely like just looking at the buildings from like the ground perspective, you're gonna see again that building that Blue 4 hunkered down in and think that could be occupied and that's where it's gonna be, but if you look at it, it's a non-enterable building.
Ooh, that was a miss.
So I would assume just looking at it from the ground, you're not gonna know exactly which building it is because they all look like they're enterable.
So by the way, PRP taking AT fire, but it missed. Lurch trying to do a quick reload here. But that PRP definitely engaging right over OPFOR's heads here. They just hit the Mat Team Gunner in the leg. just by spraying past that building, doing a really good job just suppressing and keeping that Mat Team gunner distracted. Grenades going off. No, that's smoke. Possibly, yeah, no, they're firing off their smoke, trying to conceal more of Blue 4 coming up.
Yeah, and this is the perfect opportunity. We've got Matterheim, Cyrus, Montgomery, Quigley over on this office building, also putting fire out towards the forces on the beach.
Hold up. Two of the pilots have thunder run into the fucking pilots from the plane thunder run into the compound.
Do it. Yeah, but
Here's getting picked off, unfortunately.
Yep.
And headshotted. But Stottenberg, I mean, he's here. If he got shot at from that building, he has an LR too. No, he doesn't. Never mind. It was the other guy that had the LR. Fuck. He'd be able to say, hey, they're defending that building, and then they could run in a few more guys and take that cash out.
Yeah, but everyone got off from the top there, with the exception of Drake, who's not looking. I think they're going to go try to clean up. Mm-hmm. No, they're hiding inside the... Oh, they're hiding.
Just holding the doorways. Yep. The issue with that building they're on, Krylev, I just got to get dicked, but as long as those doors get open, then someone with an AT stick can just look in, tap it real quick, and win the game. But 12 minutes remaining, a lot of room for Blue 4 to still strike this cash. Major fight in the south, minor fight in the north, and both sides have units sporadically going around. Also, Platoon 2 HQ with Echo 2 for Op 4 are trying to go on the western flank of Blue 4's advance. If they're able to close the distance and get on this gap, they could do some significant damage.
Yeah, but all it takes is just one guy to look in their general direction, see, a couple people running on a hill, let everyone know, and then be able to move out of the way or take them on. And
I mean, this is TSB, and Lolo, I think, actually just spotted them with Iota.
Yeah, Reaper.
Or no, Iota's bandaging him.
Over there.
Yeah, we're seeing some shots come from Op 4, so now, I mean, we got people like Reapers and Nemesis. They're immediately returning fire. AT landing super close to the captured PRP, and it is now firing back with its machine gun.
Oh,
and there goes another shot. But the crew are able to get out of there and walk away. Harness crippled. No, he's not. He was just vaulting out. Being engaged by a machine gun as he goes, but he should be able to survive. And Blue 4 desperately trying to push past this hill, but Op 4 has them in a really tight spot. I don't see Blue 4 making it out of this position within the next 11 minutes. There's just no real way for them to push. There's not a lot of cover here. I think they're effectively stopped.
They're rely on their northern force to provide some kind of distraction or take them out and put fire from behind.
Yeah, it's gonna be up to Task Force 121 on the north here, but unfortunately Patriot and Carlson are cleaning house, picking off some of these individual 121 guys. But we also have Stottenberg with a potential clutch play. Yeah.
All he has to do is open that one door, freak everyone out in that building. And they're just standing there right next to the objective, just casually having a conversation in the middle of the building. Isn't that wonderful?
Aye, aye, aye.
Clearly, they don't feel threatened.
At the 10-minute mark, it is still anyone's game. I just don't see how Blue 4 is going to get another team to that cache.
Oh, and one of the guys from Charlie 2, Severe, running back. He might be able to catch Gothenburg if he takes it too slow.
Potentially.
But the problem is that building he's standing next to, it's not enterable, and especially with no enhanced movement to get over this wall here, he's gonna have to go through the gate.
Blue 4, I mean, they're just getting dudes picked off on this position. I'm hearing GL's getting fired. The far western force is getting picked off as Op 4 is starting to close the gap here from that western flank. And Blue 4 on the north, they still have some guys in reserve that they're having to do a smoke charge here, which now that Op 4 is pulled off this position, they're going to be able to do freely here. It's just they have to somehow fold in, but we got people like T5 Bay, Gorski, Carlson. They might be pulling back to actually hold this compound here.
Stothenberg sees them crossing the road.
Is he going to fire?
If he fires right now,
he's dead.
He'll be able to stop a couple of them, but I don't think he will.
So this is going to allow for the northern flank of Blue 4 to potentially start coming into this compound, but Op 4 has added to its reinforcing here. We're also seeing people on the southern flank pull into that compound to hold for the last 8.5 minutes. I think this is a really good call, actually, because if Op4 were to just hold the outer perimeter here and fortify what they could for 8 minutes, I think they could hold this.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast my vote in right now. I think Op4 is gonna win this simply because Blue 4 is not gonna be able to get close enough.
But I do love how Op4, especially on the major attack Blue 4 has, they've kept guys on that offensive defense just to kind of keep Blue 4 pinned here because they know that they can't really leave this position, especially with the PRP being taken out and the western flank getting collapsed. We still have quite a few Blue 4 guys up here, but I see Nemesis is dead. That's unfortunate.
Well, and one of the things, too, is that I don't think they've ever spotted Nielsen yet up in the tower crane on the shoreline, and he's been putting out crazy fire. He's been keeping them hella suppressed.
He's on 2 kills. Yeah, no, he was firing at Task Force 121 as they were moving in from the north, and now he's adjusted to the south, and he's been getting a lot of good kills from that position. So Blue 4, we got some Task Force 121 members firing down. I saw them pick off an Op 4 guy that was a little closer to them, but now they're firing at Carlson and T5 Bay. But these are people you do not want to let get close to in an urban scenario.
Right now, he's about to run into Bridges, who is just behind the wall, along with Nutty Person.
Bridges looks out though, doesn't see him.
Doesn't look there.
Stattenberg's probably going to catch him out of position, but Bridges I think just saw him and immediately pulled back. And Bridges takes him out with the classic running back and forth to avoid fire like the Matrix. There goes Stottenberg.
Yeah, and now that this building is reinforced, again, I don't think they're going to be able to make it because it's got the upper walkway with great sight lines all around.
See, but you got Valhalland as a marksman out here. He was just taking pot shots at people on that upper walkway. I don't think he got a kill, but he definitely freaked someone out.
They're going to go ahead and get on another.
Yeah, Drake's bandaging.
They're going to get on another roof, the 6th story to their northwest, and probably start putting fire out from there.
But that marksman, he's going to be sure, he's going to easily be able to lock down these windows. I see a lot of bandages up here too, meaning that marksman has been doing really good work. But if he can thin out some of the Op 4 defenders on the higher areas, that could potentially let the northern Blue 4 group alleviate some of the pressure off of them, and they can fire back. But yeah, let's see, we got Op 4
putting some rounds out towards him.
Yeah, he's trying, but at that range, it's going to be really, really difficult.
Good God, I'm listening to Old Town Road while this is going on.
Nice.
It fits it perfectly.
So we still got Lolo and Grav. Lolo just went down. This Op 4 force, I mean, Twig King, Nightshade, 2 really good players as well. I don't think Op 4's taken any casualties in moving down this flank. And they've just been able to clean up Blue 4 so easily, and Blue 4 hasn't been able to move this position. Got Ash trying to pull away, but it's going to be up to the northern fight. 5 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. Still anyone's game until we see something happen with this northern force. We've got people like Pads and Olaf here. And then some remnants of Task Force 121. I also see Hatzinger here. But,
yeah,
this is going to be tough.
Slowly taking out the upper force. Like the guys in the windows. I think the only problem with that is that they're announcing that they have, you know, forces down there. Oh, but you've got Carlson and Bay moving behind the Blue 4 forces here on the north.
Yep, they were originally looking for that 3-man team, which is now on the perimeter. Actually, no, it was 121 members. I think it was Jeff, Kevin, and Jameson. Again, you don't want to deal with Bay or Carlson or any of the vets at this close to range. Bay especially, in my opinion, one of, if not the best player in FNF. Him, Nemesis, the works, man.
Oh, yeah.
Nemesis made staff, for fuck's sake. That means you can't fuck with him.
Staff means nothing in this war.
I know.
Which is the best part. Get to kill.
Otherwise, Adriano would be running this show, right?
Wait, I forgot my kill.
Oh my god, look at where Bay is.
Yep. He's about to walk up on a group of...
And Carlson's gonna join him. They're not looking behind him. Here we go, boys. He's gonna go with Carlson. Oh, this is gonna be brutal.
1, 2, 3, 4.
My god, the other two haven't noticed. Jeff just turned around, noticed Bay right there. Carlson takes him out, and Bay cleans him up. Oh!
Yes, Dreadnought.
Oh, that was brutal!
Okay.
That was absolutely brutal! Bay just got picked off by a marksman. That was Falcon up in the top story of the apartment complex. Carlson's double tap and throws a grenade. That's going to land right in front of T5 Bay.
Bay is not going to be able to get up.
Oh, as you say that, Bay gets up from that.
Oh, God, why?
Amazing.
Like, told no every single time today. First it was a helicopter.
Right. That was brutal, though. Falcon's going to try to keep him suppressed. We still have Valhalla firing into the compound. We have two groups of three, Olaf, Diggs, and Pads, and Hassinger, Iggy, and Finn trying to come in. Finn taken out, though, with the column by Cirrus.
The helicopter by
Double tap, too.
He's going to be moving up on Nutty Person.
2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining.
He takes his corner, and he hears that...
He's going to hear that medical. But Hassinger getting engaged by Montgomery.
Yep. Boy. Yeah, this is going to be rough. Olaf, Dirks, and Hag.
Oh! Hag's getting immediately taken out by Cyrus, and we also have Drake up here firing down as well.
And there goes there goes the first three-man team.
I think this is GG. The fact that Bay was able to clean that up, he's down again from Falcon. Carlson looking around for that marksman. Blue 4 only having 2 guys left, and that southern attack is falling apart. They're not going to make it up here in these remaining 2 minutes. It can still go into overtime because Olaf and Diggs are in the zone, but with this many OpFor defending.
Oh, they are definitely within the zone. Holy crap, that is a huge zone.
It's a big zone. That's why I'm saying it's kind of obvious to tell the cache is in this perimeter because the alternate is just a random building off the side.
Leaving Dirk, one of the newer players here, actually.
But Diggs is about to be picked off by Lurch here, firing from the 3-story. And he gets picked off from the flank. That was Carlson coming around, but then Carlson is taken out by Falcon.
And that leaves the zone unoccupied.
With 1 minute remaining.
Valhalla can get in there, or Falcon can pull down from that building.
Yep, Valhalla has pulled around, but with 1 minute remaining, I don't think either Blue 4 guy is going to be able to get into the zone in time. Maybe Falcon if he sprints down the stairs, maybe Valhalla if he runs in, but...
Valhalla will be able to easily get in there, as long as he doesn't stop at this barn and try to take shots out. He needs to head up to that yellow house.
Honestly, like... They have so many dudes to fight in here, though, and it's at close range, and they have marksman rifles. Meanwhile, the remaining Blue 4 group is getting chewed up by the OpFor guys coming in. OpFor, the western push that engaged that helicopter, they're 3 down, but...
They got a vehicle moving.
Blue 4 trying to regroup in that truck, and you've also got OpFor guys, Firefighter and Martin coming up to sweep the remaining dudes that are still up. Pronix might be able to tap them, but with 35 seconds...
Yep.
Valhalla about to breach the perimeter. He could force this to overtime.
And he's in. Okay, there we go. So
Falcon is joining him too. 2 guys and over. But it is, at this point, it would still be admin's discretion if we go into overtime. It's possible.
No, this is, it's now script-based.
Gotcha. Oh, that's awesome.
So
Daniel Keene going down. Kryleave and Pronix, I think, traded with the 2 Firefighter and Martin that were coming up. Nope, there is no overtime.
What?
I think just the sheer amount of OpFor guys still in this AO. I mean...
I was about to say, I thought it still had longer.
No, that's GG. Admins might claim it's overtime here. We might see... I mean, nope, they're going to call it.
That's it. Well,
I understand that, though, because 2 versus, like, the 12 dudes in the place.
A truck of 3 coming in. They could have, that could have been the...
True. Yeah, but I just don't think it was enough, but... I don't know. Let's go down. Yep.
All right.
Close fight. Definitely a close fight there. Let's see what we get for round 3, and then I'll jump down there. It's going to be Malden 25, coast to coast.
Your numbers in the op room, please.
Falcon, you put a tear into my eye that match.
Actually, I don't even know if I killed someone. I lit people up, though.
What is Falcon?
Falcon had with at least 7 wounded.
Twig, I'd like to say, I'm pretty sure we held all their second platoon or first platoon there.
We stalled them for a big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever platoon was on the south.
Twig, from the spectator's perspective, that, like, you guys were the flanking force that pinned Alpha, Bravo, and part of Charlie, like a full-size platoon there on that beach.
We were one squad.
Oh, I saw all of them, and I'm like, open field and getting cover.
I swear to God, if FNF had assists, I don't know how many I would have, but I would have too many to count.
I'm still missing numbers.
Had assist? Oh my god, everybody would have at least 10 a game.
I don't understand.
Who were the helicopter pilots?
Yeah,
I was the pilot for the Siege 47.
Yeah, it's like
We
you
rolled
landed
up on
and
you.
you just like landed, you just got fucking assaulted.
So I was surprised you guys were there.
We were there
Well,
the
we
whole
were
time.
maneuvering about to try and pinch the rest of the team, but then you landed next to us and we're like, you rolled up in the wrong woods, SA.
Yeah, our engine was outside auto rotate.
Yeah, we saw that.
Weiss, how many would that make you? 3?
If it's all the same, TF121 would just love to defend.
Yeah, that would make us 3.
Okay. So,
You guys asked to play Blue 4.
GDK or CDK rather. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can do that. So I'll just when I say CGK, you 3 just slot up together.
Roach.
1RW, how many are you?
Just 2. With the preference for attacking.
All right. Into the game here and see what we are looking at. 121 wants to defend.
Preferably.
All right, let's get.
That'd be great.
Let's get 121 on Op4.
Patriot Pierce, can you guys?
Yeah, if you're not slotted, please don't.
Second MRB. Let's get on Blue 4.
We also volunteer East as tribute for CO.
You know, that works for me. I'll take East.
Get up there, East.
Roasted.
We've got someone in the request permissions. Could a staff member handle that?
Let's see. Let's get ML on Op4. Bar, let's go ahead and put you Op4.
All right, we got all the commands adjusted. Let's go ahead and test.
Let's put the 29th on Blue.
Excellent.
29th, I don't think I got your numbers.
We're going to be over 100 for this one for our final
What's your
round
numbers, 29?
of NA.
We're at 8.
Chat, how are you doing?
Blue.
Barb is calling it because he has having some internet issues, so instead I'm shoutcasting with Boston.
Let's get...
And Slushy was supposed to too, but Slushy stayed on the ground instead.
Blue. Let's get CSC on Blue. Let's
Barbarian, you're turning into What's That? If What's That was here, he would physically strangle you for that comment.
Anderson, do you mind if AA would go on defense? We've attacked.
Montgomery, we need
Rocket, I was feeling sleepy too. That's why I had some of my coffee here.
And let me get Tau on
to keep me going.
1RW, you want to attack?
Huh?
I suppose you could. Yeah.
So I think Boston's going to join me for commentating this last one.
For this one.
I thought.
Cool Breeze, take a combat engineer in one of the Alphas.
We've attacked all night.
A few of us agree that the music's a bit loud. All right, let's start down just a touch.
1RW, you are Blue.
According to my audio settings, though, the music has been quieter than both my mic and the desktop audio, but it might just be the sound itself, so.
BPL, come Blue.
I turned it down half a decibel, so hopefully that'll help.
If you are an individual and or Centaur player, you are on Red 4.
AFI saw Blue for Golf. Cool. Don't you mind if I got this in?
Where do you want Scandi Recon?
Scandi Recon
4 players.
Will go red. There's
Let me know if you want me to turn it down another half decibel.
CGK go Blue.
The high points were drowning out my voice. Roger.
UPSC go Blue.
Here, you know, we'll just change this on. Let's see, what do I got?
I'm sorry, where did you want AA to slot in at?
AA is on Op4, and let me get Chad on Blue.
Did you say you want? Yeah, never mind.
Scandi is
More
red.
casual here.
Van Halen, let me Skype this time, please.
let's give him a warm welcome.
There's still somebody in
We'll do
requesting
homeworld
permission.
tutorial. That should be easy enough.
Hey Greg, mind if I fly this round? Because you got the heli last.
Yeah, it's good music, definitely.
Fucking let me stay.
Can the staff member go up and help Chief and request permission, please?
Jan Echo 2.
And sir, am I good to take platoon sergeant? I made mission.
Yeah, if you made the mission, it's you can take platoon leader or lower if you made the mission.
Okay, cool.
All right, I need. Let's see, we do have a company for Op 4. I need a company commander for Blue 4.
Why don't you take it, Anderson?
That's not great. He'd rather not.
Phil, you want to take first platoon?
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's see. East, 60 seconds on the clock. Get your company together.
Hey, firm. First platoon, all 8 of you look good. Let's see. Let's see if I can get Wiki, Ryan. Please fall under Echo 2 if possible.
There, is that more
So we can fill up
balanced
Echo?
music for you guys? A little less intensive on the sound, just nice balance in the background.
Thank you kindly.
Sorry, I played M2 fonts to
go.
pick me up as
Ryan,
well, so.
As well, please.
Better. Alright.
First platoon squared away, second platoon squared away. Good to go.
All right.
Woon, if you could hop off marksman.
What?
If you could hop off marksman, that'd be great.
I know so many people that are job
Nightshade,
hunting
Mass,
right now,
or
but with
Staff member, please
COVID,
take
there's
marksman.
so few people hiring.
So you're gonna be able to get your team leaders.
I had a
and
friend
your
of mine
squad
apply
leaders
to work at Whole
Is that okay?
Foods, and she was denied
fine.
like 5 months ago, and then recently,
Fine.
like 2 weeks ago, she was
It's
called
alright.
back saying, "Hey, you still want the job?"
But
But
blue's good.
I don't know,
All right,
working
let's,
in
push for the
high-risk
maps.
areas right now
Do you
for
need
COVID is
medic or engineer?
interesting idea. Plus, apparently working for Whole Foods is horrible because there's a bot that will randomly give you strikes for stuff, and if you reach 3 strikes, you're just terminated on the spot with no human review. So, oof.
Not to jerk off staff or anything, but it's been a fun night. Thanks, guys. It's great every week coming here.
We're jerking him off, man.
Thank you for your service.
Please. Coast to coast.
I know. I haven't mentioned Anderson's OnlyFans in like 3 weeks.
No, November is still up, so keep your dick in your pants.
Can't keep my dick in my pants.
We have 10 days left.
Does it count as failing if you never even attempted?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn.
Coast to coast.
Oh, this is certainly interesting. Please do not write on the map.
Alright, I'm gonna lower team speed because I think they're pushing the map select screen. Yep. Coast to coast, classic southern area on Malden to do an operation on. All you're gonna see is basically Blue 4 coming, but they do have some boat options here. They can go on the southern side. 3 terminals, they don't have to be taken in sequential order.
I pity anyone who fights in Vineyard.
Should be interesting. Because we're not in the central parts of towns, we're on outskirt areas, and one of them's right on the coast. So.
Wait, wasn't this a
see how
similar
things
mission
go.
that we played a few weeks ago?
Wrong harbor.
All right, let me get a brief from Mission Maker.
Uplink, so non-sequential. Blue 4 got
A
helicopters.
message that a standard
sponsor
TSP op is run
hidden,
more
so
competently than the Walmart customer service. Jeez.
Any questions?
I wouldn't know.
Any
I
assets
don't go to
for
Walmart
Op
that
4?
often.
Yeah, BTR and your vehicles.
What's the uniform?
Limit. Standard.
You'll see
if I
when you
remember
get in the
correctly.
game.
Yeah.
So just an FYI for everybody, we're not going to be answering what's the uniform questions. You'll get to see what it is when you get in the game.
Raj, nothing else from Op 4.
Blue 4's good. Let's push to Matt. Well, actually, wait, don't do it yet. This is the last round of F&F. F&F round 3 starts right now.
Gotta jump up to couch, casting couch here. So Slushy was gonna join us, but I didn't message him back on Discord because I don't really check Discord between missions. And it looks like we're capped at
you do the
this
thing?
render distance. What thing?
The thing.
What thing?
The thing.
The
You know,
thing.
the thing.
Yeah, no, I didn't do the thing yet.
Oh, how dare you?
I'm sorry. Look how foggy it is. Does that have to do with the thing?
No, that's not the thing.
I'm sorry.
The thing is the thing. The thing that you're doing.
Well, last time I did the thing, I had to burn it with a flamethrower, because once it touches you, you're kind of screwed, you know?
Ah, right. I'm not talking
That
about
thing.
that thing, though.
Oh.
That thing's fun, though.
No, it's not. It's fucking terrifying.
Well, it's fun to just nuke the entire area and just hope it dies.
It's not. You just make it a radioactive thing.
Okay, you know you make good points about the thing.
Mm-hmm. Keep the thing away from me. Honestly, they do not make movies as good as the thing anymore with animatronics. I wish they'd go back to that, but no, everything has to be big budget CGI.
Thing?
Old style thing, not the new style thing.
Okay,
Though it was okay, but the old style thing was
Yeah, that was
top tier, god tier,
else.
definitely.
All right, you want to do the same thing as last time? This time you'll take attack, I'll take defense.
Yeah, I mean, let's do a quick rundown of what Blue 4 and Op 4 has. So Blue 4, it looks like they are Navy-based kits here with 5.56 rifles. Just standard.
That's desert, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's the desert Marpat, though, right?
It doesn't look quite right. It's definitely one of the deserts. I can't quite tell though.
Yeah. I don't know, it just reminds me of the Navy, not the Navy, but the Marine camo I usually see.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Ops,
yeah,
so.
the gray-bluish.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, over
the
here
desert
on Op
version
4,
of it.
we have 2 armed gazes with the PKPs and 1 BTR-70, it looks like.
That's an 80.
That's an 80?
Yeah.
70s and 80s look so similar.
But 60s, they're the easily identifiable ones. Harna is taking wheels off of one of the armed... He's taking all of the wheels off of the armed Humvee. I think is... not armed Humvee, excuse me, the Gaz. I think they're planning not to use one of these 2 Gazes then, which is weird, but okay, we'll go
I
with
would
it.
at least move it into a defensible location.
Yeah,
Put it
to
in
use the
before
machine
taking off
gun.
the wheels.
Especially since there's going to be a Sea Stallion in the air, to at least, you know, use the PKM to try to engage it. But, yeah, standard US versus Op 4 for this one. 5.45 versus 5.56. No magnified optics, so, yeah, pretty simple.
Looking at Terminal 3, it's going to be inside a garage.
The digital camo for
one
digital
open
Marpat, I figure
side,
that.
right next to the main building. So that could, I guess, be confused with the main building there. Not quite sure what the mission maker.
Yeah, no, I like that. It's just kind of put in a smaller building out of the way, so, you know, it keeps the attacking faction on their toes to what building's the right one, but that's going to be a bitch to defend in the northern route, because someone can just look over and go, hey, look, there's the fucking terminal. It's bright fucking
they have a
blue.
building across the way, don't they? That they can use.
True, but I mean, it's still like if one Blue 4 guys goes to the middle of the area and just looks, he's gonna, you know, the freaking blue neon is gonna catch his eye. So
the second one is in a one-way house, so that's gonna be I think is gonna be the more interesting one, because it has 1 doors, but it's got windows all around it that can be shot through and out of.
It's got a nice perimeter to it too.
And I wouldn't worry too much about the perimeter though, because like one vehicle just knocking down a wall, you know,
true,
it's gonna take it out.
Well, I mean, if vehicles get that close though, they run the really big risk of getting AT, because usually when I see vehicles thunder run an objective directly, they usually take a fucking law to the face, you know.
Alright, and then the last objective, I lost it. Where's this?
It's Foggy Bottom by the docks on the south. It's in a small building. They've got a little bit of a perimeter here too. A little bit of a small hill overwatching with some rock cover right next to the docks where boats can come in and land, but I'll be curious to see if this one's used. Yes, they do. If you look to the east of their spawn, if you notice where their area is, how it kind of goes to the... Yep. There are 4 8-person ribs that they can take in to maneuver quite a big force here. So we could see a various amount of things. We could see a air assault maneuver with the Sea Stallion. We could see an armored convoy with the trucks and the 3M2 Humvees. And we can see a naval insurgent anywhere on the southern coast with those 4 RHIBs. So a lot of options for Blue 4. This is probably going to force Op 4 to play this one a lot more defensively, because risking QRF team potentially just to put one in a Gaz, maybe put a guy up on the far northern hill, because part of it is in the AO, at least the southern part. So using that as Overwatch to potentially see what Blue 4 tries to do could be a strategy here, but the fog on the waterway is going to deny any visuals of seeing the boats come in.
Well, and the big thing too is you have to remember who's leading this. It's for attacking on Blue 4, it's Anderson.
Yep.
I mean, he's very, very tactical, and he knows what he's doing. I haven't
Honcho Friday Night Fights
seen East lead in a little bit, or if he has, I don't remember it, so I don't know quite how it would be. But
so I can say from personal experience actually, because I played with Task Force 121 for a charity event, and he was one of the leadership elements. He does know what he's doing. He does know how to react to where contact comes from, but that's all I can really say, because I was just a grunt in that operation. But I can say he knows what he's doing. He knows how to react to stuff. But I mean, he's against the head honcho of NA FNF, so that's
a lot to live up to.
Very, very much so. But honestly,
what's your attack plan on this?
How would I attack this? That is a very good question. I would definitely use the boat vector. Knowing that I've got about, what's the numbers advantage again for Blue 4? I didn't catch that number.
I want to say it's 15%. I didn't catch it either.
Yeah, so 100 people, 15% numbers advantage. That would mean I have like 55 to 60 dudes. Op 4 would have the second half of that group. With that in mind, with my assets, I would thunder run the fuck out of the rear Gao turret on the Sea Stallion. Sorry, it's confusing me because he folded the frickin' rotor blades. My brain's like, what is that? But I would... Definitely, I bring the boats in. I would find a good landing spot either on that southern peninsula, or I would go around and instead use the forested area to get to Terminal 1 because I'd be able to see those individual markers. Vehicle-wise, I would definitely field 2 or 3 of those M2s, and I would use them for thunder running. Just within the perimeter of Op 4 to test the resolve. And then I'd probably use the helicopter at first just to do recon, fly, I want to say 150, 200 meters above the AO, knowing that Op 4 doesn't have any heavy guns with the exception of the BTR. So once I identified where that was, I would then make sure I stay away from it, but still fly back and forth, looking for fortifications in the AOs themselves to try to figure out where Op 4 is defending, and then from there, I'd either focus more on a marine assault, or I would focus more on a ground-based assault. What I would also consider doing is knowing that Op 4 doesn't have any direct way to get up on the northern hill too quickly. I would also consider trying to get a guy on this northern hill just to do Overwatch. I wouldn't use the helicopter to do that because it's way too exposed, but I would probably try to run him in a truck and just hug the northern side, probably a marksman, and just try to Overwatch everything here to the best of that marksman's ability. But
I don't know how effective that'll be. I mean, it will definitely cover the northern terminal, Terminal 3, if you put him up on that hill. But other than that, I don't think Terminal 2 or Terminal 1 can ever be seen from him.
Yeah.
View distance is going to be limited.
But, I mean, that's why we have the second marksman. He could stay on the southwestern side. There is a compound I'm looking at right now, which I thought had good eyes, but actually doesn't. But this hill... over at 048025, you can put another marksman up here and at least get good eyes on Sector 2. Sector 1, I'm using sectors instead of terminal sites, my bad. But I'm so used to sector defense for 3 AOs, but Terminal 1 is the oddball. Like, that's where I'd obviously start my naval assault. You see the little curve by Hill 37 southeast? To the right of the lighthouse, that little curve, the bay, I would say, or I guess beach would be a better term. I would just deploy there and then use the forestry to, move up close to that position, get on the overwatching area and attack that spot. But, again, I think the real question is knowing where Op 4 is and using the fact that they're going to build fortifications on key areas to determine, all right, this is where a fire team to squad is going to be here, a fire team to squad is going to be here. I would know that they're garrisoning Terminal 3, and also knowing background knowledge of FNF, usually in a 3-sector situation, 2 are picked and 1 is foregone. So if I would know that Sector 1 would be empty, I would probably instead focus on a ground-based assault with the cars and trucks instead of the boats. Maybe send 1 squad over on the boats to nab Sector 1 to be a flanking force for Sector 2, but I would focus on just trying to get into the forested areas to the west of Sector 2 and 3, engaging from there, using my M2 Humvees as fast attack vehicles, just moving up and down the MSR, spraying into Sector 3, and I would just converge on Sector 2 from multiple angles and try to nab that. But it's really easy for us to speculate in a bird's eye view, seeing all the units display. That's why I'm trying to, ignore where they're being placed.
I'm trying to purely look at the map and use the map for my plan for the defense.
I always try to do that too. I'm just, flying around looking and saying, based off of what Op4 is doing and the fact that I know what the helicopter pilots and plane pilots do and how they recon out positions and how they're able to tell where XYZ is. I'm articulating those strategies and then, trying to make a plan of, all right, I am going to know this information within the first 5 minutes because that's what my asset's going to point out to me.
Yeah.
So, if I were to ever command, I would just tell guys, hey, here's what we're initially going to do, and then we'll probably adjust based off of, what our first recon report is.
Yeah. So for defense, I've played in this area recently, and I had a couple good ops again in this area because I would actually probably put like a small recon element over on hill 5-6 to the west, because remember, Op4 does not know which side Blue 4 is coming from. They could come from the town with the power plant, with the hill in the center. They could come from the other side. They could come from the peninsula with the symbol at the bottom of it. So they don't know if it's coming from east or west. So I would probably put a small recon team on hill 5-6, grid ref 060027. Put a 2-man team there that could overwatch Terminal 1, and it would be able to spot any movements of vehicles on the hill across from it over at basically on the other side of the valley there.
Has good eyes on the coast too.
Exactly. Trying not to look at the units here and where they're all placed. I think, looking at the map, honestly, I would do it differently. I would probably give up Terminal 3 and go for a Terminal 2, Terminal 1 hold.
Yeah.
Simply because, Terminal 1 is in a valley. But that means that if you have guys on one side of the valley and Blue 4 tries to push it in any way, shape, or form, easy access. You're going to be able to easily hit them and see them trying to cross. And then put probably my bigger platoon, Platoon 1, in Terminal 2 and the surrounding town and forest, which is what they're doing.
Yeah.
As for the BTR, I think I would put it over there with the small team over at 5-6 on the west. Or not the west, the east. Simply because that's a pretty decent hill. It has great overwatch points. But again, pretty simple defense on my end. I would take Terminal 1, Terminal 2, try to equally split my forces between the two.
Yeah, so I'm going to raise my mic by a decibel because Boston has just a better mic and he's louder. So I'm going to have to adjust it next stream anyway, but let me know how that goes. Yeah, no, I agree. Sorry, I was adjusting audio levels.
Fair enough. With, what is it? 1 minute left before safe start ends. Gonna be pretty cool to see how it all goes. It looks like Op4 is mostly set up. There's 2 guys. Can't tell if they're AFK or they're set up.
I'm gonna BRB 1 second.
They're AFK. Interesting. Alright, and with 15 seconds to go, like Blue 4 is almost all ready to go. I see a couple people still out of their vehicles, not all set yet. And there we go. Let's see, the helicopter spools up. It's going to be moving. No one in the boats though. Let's see. I guess I'm gonna have to watch. Let's see if that convoy. Let's see who crashes. We've got the golf team with one other person, another one with one other person, and another one with one other person. Or no, that's just a straight golf team. The 4 armed Humvees moving out, followed by Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. So that helicopter is loaded. All right, we'll let those guys drive on. We've got the BTR with Dergs and who is it? Dergs and Captain Scott Mill. They stopped for a second to let a couple people out at one of these hilltops, and they're going to Hill 83, it looks like, or maybe even the top church. The CH-53 is going south right along the map border, as it looks like the convoy for Blue 4 is still moving along. No desync crashes yet, but the transport trucks are a little bit close, with the M2 Humvees slowly but surely pulling away.
All of them have moved out. I am so sorry.
So this is going to be interesting.
Just a mess here.
They've got a 2-man team over watching Terminal 1 for OP4, a 2-man team over by Hill 83, the BTR again over by Hill 83, Terminal 2 defended, and it looks like there's a reaction force of some kind off to the west of Terminal 3. Second platoon looks to be in the helicopter, by the way.
All right.
They're over to the southeast right now. No accidents on the convoy. They've all been pretty good. The 4 armed Humvees are leading the way. Following along the power lines.
Blue 4 is just thunder running down this hill right here.
Well, and knowing Anderson, I think he's going to have him...
Ooh! You
some
see Russ' truck? Or his M2 car?
Ooh,
he just rode up a rock and just did like a triple flip.
I've got your stream on my other screen, and I just watched that. That's amazing.
Nice. I'm surprised no one got injured by that. That was a little bit of air right there.
Oh, what? Oh, that wasn't... That black line that I saw wasn't actually... Oh, no, that was power lines. I'm just crazy. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, you're okay. Dreaded power lines, man. They'll get you. I mean, they've caught pilots in FNF for a bit.
On a map? Or is that, you know...
It's Blue 4's attack line.
Blue 4 accidentally placed something in global for everyone to
see. Now, we do have Falcon with his buddy Finn as a marksman team. They're looking around. They might catch these vehicles out of position.
I don't think they'll hear them quite yet.
And the Sea Stallion has landed on the other side and is deploying a full team. They're going to have a little bit of a hike, though, to get to these sectors.
Yeah, especially with no vehicle transport whatsoever.
Oh, man.
That, I think, if I were to guess, that group of players is probably going to go for Terminal 3. I don't think they're going to want to hit Terminal 1 first.
Yeah, that's understandable. The Casino Royale team sends their regards. So Falcon, he's looking right at where one of the vehicles are. He's getting his binos out, I guess trying to see if
someone shoot.
He can see that vehicle back there. I'm looking at his first person.
Yeah, both Falcon and whoever's with him
Flying
here, Finn, right next to each other on that rock. And they should probably spot a couple of those Vics moving at the moment. Oh no, they're behind the hill.
Most of the Vics are in defilade right now. Falcon hasn't spotted anyone just yet. He keeps notioning over to the G2 vehicle, but it's behind too many trees.
And if he calls that properly, they have a BTR not too far away, only about 200 meters to their south, that they can easily call up. Oh, and it looks like, yep, there's the dismounts for two of the transport Vics. And the Humvees are going to go ahead and roll in front of them, doing protection.
Yeah, he keeps looking to the Gamma 2 vehicle. It is on the move. He hasn't spotted it moving yet, though. And he might end up running right into this massive force.
I mean, I don't think he will per se. I think the armed Humvees are probably going to spook him to hide down or take cover because they're coming right up onto him.
He's going to start hearing them any second now. I know these two they have their effect volume turned really high up.
Always. It's not gamey to, be able to hear everything.
Yeah.
Now, if they're turning down their grass and tree particle shit, then, we might have problems. But I know Flying Finn streams, so we can always check him later.
So Falcon, he's trying to sprint around. By now, they should hear those Humvees, though, because I can hear them over my music.
Oh,
reposition up here. Yep.
I'm taking a look at the second platoon, the guys that landed with the helicopter. We've got, it looks like a squad-size element actually crossing the bay there.
Yeah.
So maybe they're going to do a split. Part of them are going to go for Terminal 1, and the other part are going to go north at Terminal 3.
Or they're just doing an overwatch right now, because I do see the other 3 guys with Tarnfolk. They might fold down there, and Tarnfolk's just trying to scout things out.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting, these movements. I will say it's definitely more conservative by Anderson.
Real quick. Falcon spotted Blue 4 coming up, and now he's quickly pulling back here.
He's like, nope.
Nope.
BTR moved up a little bit. I wonder if it's waiting on Falcon to give him, the exact coordinates.
Potentially. One of the biggest misplays I see in FNF is when they outmaneuver their vehicles too far.
The
better term would be overextension, and they just get picked off by AT because they don't have any supporting infantry elements. It's a very big risk reward because I've also seen vehicles thunder run and do a significant amount of distraction or even damage. We saw that in the first round of NA tonight, where a 1117 went up and killed an entire enemy squad in a transport truck, and it honestly, that won them the game. Oh shit, well, I mean, it happens in the first 5 minutes, so.
Well, yeah, I know. I remember hearing over my platoon radio, oh yeah, Platoon 2 is getting fucked. What?
And now we're going to see the Sea Stallion start edging the boundaries here, trying to see if we can bait out any machine guns. It's definitely loud enough to be heard. It's big enough to be seen. Just a matter of, is anything going to look up and engage it? They'll at least be able to see Op 4's spawn point close to Terminal 2, and then some possible fortifications dug at Terminal 3.
Oh, but we have to watch Falcon and Finn, because Falcon is going to probably cross this road, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Humvees as the BTR moves up.
Those Humvees going to run right into the BTR. BTR is not looking up the road, though. M2 Humvee spotted it and is now engaging.
No, the Humvee spotted Falcon. It didn't even spot the BTR yet.
Yep, BTR is now turned, is engaging with 12.7. Knocked out possibly the front wheels of the Humvee. I see a guy down in the shotgun seat. Looks like he woke back up, actually.
And now one of the G
they're pulling back.
Firing just, in a random direction, not knowing where this fire came from.
Now they're trying to turn around. You got the 12.7. Just ran out of ammo. He's switching to coax. But both of these assets can kill each other. If the Humvee is smart, it can outmaneuver the turret and completely drive around that BTR. And BTR just picked off the gunner. No, it picked out the driver of the gunner, the fucking Humvee.
Yep. So now that's one Humvee down.
And you got Finn also picking dudes off.
Oh, and they just kicked one of their teammates out because he was dead.
Yep. Yeah, it's getting the driver's seat.
Now, one of the things that this BTR has to be careful about is up on that hill there, they've got an AT man. I know I saw an AT man. I think it was
that was Sailor, but he is pulling back. Montgomery, I'm looking at him right now. He does not. Oh, he does have AT. It was just hidden in the bush.
He does have AT, but I don't think he's going to have a shot anymore.
Do you see that fog layer? Whoever made this fog screwed up the elevation, so we might have fog layers come in from the ground. So this is going to be interesting.
But Flying Finn was actually left behind. Falcon was able to make it out, but Finn was stuck.
So
and now we got the MT Humvee chasing the BTR.
This is exactly in Finn's element, though. He's really good at infiltrating enemy lines. But yeah, that M2 Humvee was trying to chase down that BTR, but the BTR is completely pulled back. You got Falcon back here who is trying to line up a shot on that BTR. No, he's going to go up on the rocks instead. And now Falcon's trying to crawl around, but Nurse might catch him out of position here. Yep, Nurse sees Finn. No, he doesn't.
Maybe he shot or some. Oh, Patriot's definitely gonna get him.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Humvee firing back at the infantry, knocking out a dude. Gorski now firing blindly. Blue on blue. The curse of the finish.
And the other vehicle's coming in. Stop! Stop!
Oh my god. Even in death, Finn still trades evenly.
Yeah, because they hit Gorski pretty good.
Oh my god.
Patriot, we got just no, that wasn't Patriot. Who was that?
That was Sideways. Who was the... No, wait, no, it wasn't Sideways. Sideways is the guy that died in the Humvee. Was it J-Wolf? Yep, you're right. Yeah. J-Wolf, he dead.
Oh, now they're...
I got Falcon getting engaged. He quickly goes into a little bit of rock cover there on the top. He was engaged by Bravo. Guess because he was skylining too hard.
I mean, with the fog, I could absolutely see that. I mean, it's a green body against white, so...
Yep. We're approaching the 30-minute mark. That's going to leave 35 minutes on this round. I think Blue 4 is still going to be able to pinch this, but good openings here. We have another classic pincer maneuver going for terminals 1 and 2 first. I think you're right. We're going to have the southern team of the right pincer go to terminal 1. The northern team's going to go to terminal 2.
I mean, I said they were going to go to terminal 3 because they were up on the hill still, but yeah.
True.
It's going to be definitely interesting. BTR, I guess, firing at the helicopter, I think?
Helicopter's engine just went out.
No, its tail rotor's out. That's
going down.
It's dead quiet. Oh no. And it's going right towards their group. Huh, that's weird. It has to be bugged because the rotors are still spinning.
No, the engine's dead.
Oh.
The engines are powering down. You have the 12.7 just firing blindly here. Pilot is G-Legs trying to auto-rotate it out. He's still within the map boundary, which is good. He might be able to save it, but he's gaining speed. He's got to lift up a little bit. I think he'll be able to save as long as he doesn't hit that tree. Ooh.
And there goes the auto rotate, or the tail rotor out. And
like a glove.
Greg Legs for the helicopter save yet again. That's
beautiful snipe by that 14.5 millimeter.
This F&F event, he's able to put a injured helicopter down safely.
Yeah, no, it's not rolling this time like last week. Look how close he was. Look at where his tail rotor is by the power lines too. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
Good thing it ran out and that was injured, because otherwise if it was still spinning, it would have triggered that tail. The tail rotor would have hit the power lines and potentially blown up his entire chopper.
Well, I think they're going to try to fix it. I think they, if they try to fix it and they try to take off.
I don't think they're going to be able to fix it, because if the tail rotor starts going, it's too close to the power line. It would immediately take out the tail rotor, potentially the entire chopper.
Yeah, they're away from the helicopter. I think they're going to try to walk it.
And then we have an armed Gaz potentially going to drive up and check that chopper. It might also catch some of these Blue 4 guys out of position and spot the other half. Meanwhile, the other armed Gaz is being deployed to the southwest on the other pincer. One of those Gazes, they ripped all the wheels off, and I guess they put them back on out of boredom.
Yeah, that was Harna, I believe, who ripped all the wheels off and then I guess had to put them all back on.
Yep, so he's with Ash on the eastern flank here. They're trying to scout out where this Vic is. Also, if you look at level here, you're going to see that fog layer glitch. Because the mission maker messed with the elevation standard of the fog, so unfortunately we're going to see this for the rest of the op.
That shouldn't be too bad. As long as he doesn't set the fog too bad, or too high and dense, it should be fine.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. You never know.
Hopefully.
Yep, Falcon taking marksman shots out to the M2 Humvee.
Yep.
Just pulling back.
BTR might reposition here on the left. It's going to probably use its 7.62 to engage guys up on that hill. If it catches the M2 Humvee, it'll probably use its 14.5. We might have an angle here. Yep, BTR could potentially see it. As this Humvee pulls in, Humvee Gunner is probably going to see that BTR. Where are those shots from that BTR? Because if that M2 starts firing into that BTR, there are the shots.
There we go.
trimming the top of that M2 Humvee, but neither side able to get any real damage in the vehicle. So good plays on both sides. OpFor being a little slow, but otherwise not too bad.
Gulf 1, Red 4, they drove right into between the Blue 4 forces from the helicopter. They're able to make it out. It looks like one guy is down. The driver is still up.
Yep, gunner's down. Oof. Yeah, they were trying to hunt for that Vic. AT4 shot going out by Stottenberg, and that has knocked out both of them. Yep, they're dead. No symbols on the map either. Beautiful. So they were trying to go in to kill the helicopter crew with that vehicle. Unfortunately, they didn't know that pincer maneuver was there, and they were taken out. But this is at least going to tip off OpFor. If they hear those gunshots in the distance and those explosions, they're obviously not going to get contact from that team anymore. So they're going to know that there is an infantry group over here and be able to start predicting this pincer.
Because they were in Gulf, they should have been able to send out some kind of communication.
Oh, hold up. Look back at the BTR-80. We might have this M2 Humvee pull up right behind the BTR and get some rear shots in. Might even see Falcon, who just noticed that Vic was there by the sound. What is this Humvee doing?
I don't know.
Well, it just completely missed the BTR. I thought it was going to drive up behind it and take him out.
Oh, you know what it is? It's probably going to a mark on the map, and they just marked it wrong.
Yeah.
It has to be it. Yep, here he comes back around. He's going to come around the
He's going to go right in front of the BTR, though. That's not what you want to do.
Yeah, especially with the driver there. He's going to see that. He's going to call that out.
Oh, hold up. The BTR is going to be caught out of position. We got some beautiful broadside hits. Someone's taking out. The gunner's taking out on the BTR. And the driver just got hit, too. Both of them are down.
And, yep, there goes the BTR. Hopefully they keep spraying that, because if they don't, crew might be able to get back up.
But really good use of the mobility on the Humvee. It took them a bit to figure that out, but they knocked out. Deggs in there is dead. He is the driver. The gunner could still wake back up, but that's 50 cal rounds, and I highly doubt it. So,
and we're 15 minutes into the mission, so they're still doing good for Blue 4.
Yep.
Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
One of the main assets on OpFor taken down, made sure it can't come back up. They've got one of their Vics lost as well, the armed gas, and so now they know they're getting hit from both sides, and Terminal 1 is probably about to be activated by a World.
Falcon's trying to keyhole that Humvee.
Yep. And here's the entirety of Blue 4 up on a hill, shooting down the valley of Terminal 2.
Yep, but there are defensive positions that are engaging them. This is a good Overwatch area, but they need to be doing what Alpha 1 is doing and using the forest to get closer, because up on this hill is just going to attract a lot of fire, and you're going to just see some Blue 4 guys get picked off here. And Blue 4 wants to maintain their advantage with numbers here. So I don't get this.
Being able to put machine gun fire out on it.
Meanwhile, the 3 M2 Humvees are all together. Falcon hiding in the rocks, trying to stay away from him. And now you've got basically cavalry coming in that are going to do some harassment on this group. Meanwhile, the other Gaz has pulled around. It's catching some of these Blue 4 guys out of position. Woona gets her legs knocked out and goes unconscious. Terminal 1 hacked by Mass and Green Shade.
Yep. Looks like that Gaz was able to take one person down injured, but they still got a whole squad they have to deal with.
So Deggs is in my chat. He's beating himself up over the fact that he was the driver of the BTR and he got killed. But honestly, the BTR has such a small viewport window. He did his best in my opinion. Because again, they're locked to first person. That's a bitch to drive.
The thing is, either you open up your shield, you use the main shield area.
Yep.
You try and attempt to use the little viewports at the top, which are actually very laggy.
Yep.
And they don't do well. Or you right click once more and you get the little port.
The little port, yeah.
And those are the only 3 views. So you have to heavily rely on your map to drive around.
Yep.
And just kind of situational awareness, which some people...
Or just coordinate with your gunner. But that's why the BTR, it's a really good vehicle to coordinate with other people. But otherwise, we now have the OpFor, the remaining car, driving around the eastern Blue 4 flank, trying to take out who they can, but they're receiving a lot of fire, and I think the gunner is either dead or turned in. Yep, that was Jameson in there. He is dead, and now the driver's trying to get out of there, but he's being chased down by an M2 Humvee.
M2 said, go away.
And they get him! So the M2's reloading.
Driving straight.
Yep.
Goes over the rocks, it just keeps going.
Engine is down. Texture just changed. The beeping on the other terminal just detonated, and there's Terminal 1. Both of, actually no, it's all of Op4's vehicle support is down, and Blue 4 still has all 3 of their M2 Humvees, and they are fielding those quite well.
Really well. Back over at Terminal 2, we've got the main force from that hill starting to push, getting closer and closer to Terminal 2, but we have the Delta.
They just demoed the BTR.
Op4 moving around behind them. They're going to try to go for a flank up the hill.
So it's a good play by Op4, but it might come in a little too late because we got a lot of Blue 4 guys pushing into position. Meanwhile, we got Schrodinger and Sailor in the same position. Sailor's trying to keyhole Schrodinger, but Schrodinger's now going downstairs. Don't know if he heard the footsteps or he's just reacting to the gunshots. But I guess, Op4 is, they're doing a good job trying to get Delta to maneuver on this team, but...
Yep, and Mannerheim takes out Schrodinger. Wait, there's still...
Nope!
Sorry.
Schrodinger takes out Mannerheim! You spoke too soon!
Sorry,
that's all right.
I have to do better. Oh well.
Okay, never have expectations in FNF. Barb was doing the same thing, and then we watched Falcon, who we consider one of the memeiest players in FNF, to, not as memey as Logan, mind you, but he was murdering everybody in EU Round 3 with his machine gun. It was hilarious.
Are you telling me right now that Scandi Recon is just nothing but memes?
They're effective memers, all right? There's a reason that they are some of the most feared players in all of FNF.
Well, absolutely. I'm just saying because I know that Logan, he actually, I think he got accepted into Scandi Recon. I haven't seen him in a while, but Logan with Scandi Recon, oh boy.
So we got the Op4 group. I thought Blue 4 was going to get a good ambush in here, but they opened up and were getting caught out of position. They're throwing some really good grenades down here. Detonate in front of Cullen, another one going right in front of Jeff. Another one coming down next to Jeff again and knocks him to his feet. Ooh.
Oh, and then you have Blue 4 almost on the cache right now. They're clearing out the wrong building.
Smed walking right up to the body, not checking the dudes, but Montgomery running out of ammo and getting mag dumped by Smed. Always check your ammo. So Smed's now gonna watch this doorway here. Nades for days. Damn right, Jay.
And Fist knows there's someone there. He heard the gunshots, and he saw his friend go down.
Who's gonna open the door first? Smeg doing the bandage.
If he doesn't control space, it just cracks that door open. He might be able to get a grenade.
Smeg he blew himself up with the grenade. Throws another one in. That's gonna force Smeg to push out, and he gets the hit.
He gets Fist.
And there's a charge that goes off on the cache building itself.
Interesting. And now the cache is exposed.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be visible for most people, even up on the hill. But you know, now it's gonna be a lot easier to get in there.
Yep, so a good trap put on that building, but it's not gonna be much. Now you got Delta pushing the 3 Blue 4 guys here. As I say that, one of the Op4 guys getting smacked in the head here. Kevin flanking War Dog here. Patriot coming to get the revenge kill. Blue 4 is all around Terminal 2, and we got some guys front running on Terminal 3.
Yeah, those are the pilots. The pilots are making their way over to Terminal 3.
Yep, you're right.
Not spotted yet, somehow. Or maybe they have. I think maybe... Nope, Misu would never... I don't think would have spotted him. We still got Falcon behind enemy lines. I think he's going to try to go up and take the guys out on the hill. Take out the command structure.
Yeah.
But most of the Blue 4 force, it looks like Platoon 1 is almost on the cache with Smed just in the wrong building. Although Nemesis is nearby, he is one of those guys to be feared.
He's getting picked off though by T5 Bay.
Shot in the back.
I always love how we find T5 Bay and Nemesis so close to each other in ops, and Usually they don't butt heads, but when one sees the other, it's pretty much game over.
For one of them, yeah.
I'm gonna BRB 1 second. Ah, sorry.
Somebody's been drinking too much beer. Just going right through them. Alright, with Smed's building taking multiple GL fire. But from Sailor, trying to put it right through that open doorway. He's able to do it, but Smed's not taking any damage, I think, from it. Not healing. Oh, there he goes. As a medic, he goes ahead and heals as Sailor is making his way into the building. Through the downstairs, head out the back. He's gonna look around, and yep, he finds the cache, and he's gonna go ahead and set that up. And with Terminal 2 taken, we have 1:30 seconds. I don't think Smed's gonna move from his location. He should just stay in that building and see if anyone tries to clear it, first of all. And if no one tries to clear it, wait for the cache to be done and move out. We have the rest of Foxtrot and Platoon 2 HQ, not including Delta, moving their way up to the cache, but they're going to be hit by Tarnfolk, Bay, Seo, Warlords, you know, names we all know.
Alright, so Terminal 2 started the hack, Op4 folding a force back in from that hill. But I think that terminal is going to easily get taken. That's going to be up to 3, and we still have the pilots infiltrating, and the remnants of Delta weren't able to take out Charlie here.
Oh, and the one guy, Xena, who could have seen Mountain and Legs move up, is looking the wrong way.
Yeah, right, Degs.
Right now, if they're not careful, Mountain and Legs could be hurt.
Righto, Rem. Welcome. This is the final round. Hope you keep enjoying everything. Thanks for the 38-month resub. You got a gold badge, too. Nice. Hope you keep enjoying the operations, man. I hope you get a kick out of this.
It's a vehicle rush. We got three M2 Humvees coming in for Terminal 3.
Yep, and then we got Blue 4 just overwhelming the Op 4 position, led by Bay, who unfortunately gets grenaded by his own dudes. We're seeing some blue on blue here, too. Actually, that's Tarnfolk hitting Chief there. And there's Terminal 2 completed. That might blow up Smed's building, too. Falcon trying to fold in as well, but a lot of Blue 4 in here. I'm surprised that didn't take out Smed's building.
I think it's just an effect and not the actual explosion.
Mm-hmm. Look at these fucking pilots have infiltrated this position. That's funny as hell.
All the way up. Well, the problem is they're trying to find a good way in, and they're just not finding it. The Blue 4 has really put it, or Op 4 has put up some barricades to prevent them from moving in.
I just realized with terminals, there's no area. They know exactly where it is. But look at this. Now you got Blue 4 guys charging in with vehicles. Op 4 trying to run up to that one Vic. Oh my God! It's a thunder run.
Coming up on the outpost tower. They're gonna see Xena up there at the top.
Yep, we got a body up there too. They're trying to engage Zine. Zine trying to fire down. He's forced to get down. Sirius needs to go out of that hill and shoot him. He looks like he tried. One of the pilots getting taken out. Mountain going in, taking out Sirius. One of the M2 Humvees is smoking. The other one is trying to pick up people. They're checking on Pierce. They are pulling out of there. Oh, Zine, that's bullshit. So,
on the outside?
Zine was glitching his gun through the floor and shooting down at Mountain. So Mountain replied by shooting his head through the floor, and still getting the kill. So
he deserves. So
yeah. Oh, I agree. That again, don't do cheap things because that's unfair. Now we got the other M2 Humvee pushed up to the entrance here. Lazy Rug trying to get a GL, and instead explosive trap goes off and takes out the Humvee.
Yep.
Wow.
Lurch and Hassinger.
Getting shot in the back by Ryan. Ryan gets the kill. Ryan and Gen Killer now engaging Lurch here.
Wow, that turned quickly against Blue 4.
Against Blue 4's Thunder Run there, yeah.
But the problem is they still got Mountain embedded inside. If he takes his shots properly and, you know, does a sniper tactic, you know, shoot once or twice, wait for them to forget about you, and then shoot again, he should be fine to be able to, you know, dismantle this force from the inside.
Gunner taken out on the third Humvee. Lurch has been knocked unconscious, but now we have the tide of Blue 4 coming in. We do have Falcon and Smed behind them. They are picking off a few Blue 4 guys on the rear. It's going to make them turn around. Falcon firing in with a captured Blue 4249. Oh, Falcon has a machine gun again.
And we're 5 minutes into the match, so we got 20 minutes left. I think Blue 4 is going to be able to take this. Op4 just does not have the numbers anymore.
Got to be careful, though, because Falcon does have a machine gun. This was a meme in EU3, and he was able to get quite a few kills here, and he is forcing some Blue 4 guys to turn around and start trying to deal with him.
But the big thing is, Iota has spotted Mountain, and Mountain was taking shots. I think he's bandaging at the moment.
Yep.
Hiding within the leaves and foliage of that outpost tower.
It is also important to note, he's being engaged by some of his own dudes. That was Warlords firing at Mountain's position. But now you've got Lazy Rug pushing up to that building. I guess he spotted Mountain too. If not, I know Lazy's with Zine and Cirrus, so he's going to check this to see if they're okay. Mountain firing immediately with that PKM that he took. Grenade going to go off right next to Mountain. And now we're going to have Lazy try to breach back in as Mountain's pulling back. But Lazy... Yep, it's because Mountain was backing up just as Lazy was breaching. Now we have a lot of Op4 guys going up and checking that flank. Twig King coming around on the back. And we got Falcon on the back line. He's met up with Smed. And we also have all the way on the far western side, there was an Op4 guy that took out Nutty Person. Gorski double tapping him, but yeah, these two Blue 4 guys are way out of the field here. We got Cirrus and 17608 back there as well. I don't think they're going to be fielding in anytime soon. And now we're having the main Blue 4 fight come in with a reduced Op4 garrison. Op4 have deployed all their explosive traps. They did get a good kill with it, but do you think Op4 can hold Alamo here?
Oh, it looks like that the guy who threw through the floor, he said something about you have to shoot through the floor to get the guy below you.
Yeah, I do see that, but the way he was glitching his gun down, he was kind of doing that intentionally at the angle he was, because he was leaning to the left, which let him clip his gun under, which means there wouldn't have been any reduced damage of those bullets.
Well, we can take a look later if the staff is in a problem.
Oh my god! No, hold up. Galil was reloading his PKP just as a Humvee came up and knocked the wheels out, and now he's trying to mag dump the Humvee. As he's running up.
Drive faster.
They can't drive faster. He's just knocking over all the walls. Galil switching to his handgun, but that bulletproof glass. Actually, the driver is dead.
Yeah, and now that truck is pinned.
And he just got shot in the head again. But that car did its job. It took out all of the things, and now we're having Op4 getting that vehicle.
Yep, he just
But Galil doesn't, I don't think Galil knows that it was just commandeered, that he was firing at Pierce. But no, grenade going off, I think he is, I don't know, but they might take that M2 and try to use it.
I don't think Twitkin knows that cache is right there. He's going to see it. Yep, and he's going to start it.
Nice.
No other Blue 4 around there to support it when Fubar and Iota are going to turn around immediately.
Yep.
And run to go cap it.
Twigkin might catch him through the window.
Nope. Do it, Fubar.
There's the pause. Twig's going to come back out the back way, or is he going to go a different angle? I mean, Blue 4 still has time. If they, because when they touch the terminal, it only pauses it, so that time cannot be regained. Daniel poking his head out and gets, yeah, that was too easy. Explosive going off in the building, knocking its health down. Still a Twig up here trying to pick off who he can. But we need to see Smed and Falcon push in very quickly here.
Yep, and here comes Bay and Anderson on the objective.
Oh no. Two really good players. Iota doing his best to spray out there, but Iota's getting engaged through Mass through the window.
Bay going in. He's going to see Mass. He's going to go upstairs and hit Twig.
East is trying to keyhole the doorway, but he unfortunately gets spotted by Twig and taken out. Now it's just up to Galil, Grav, and Fubar. Explosive going off, taking out part of the building and knocking Twig out. Fubar trying to run back. He is being engaged, though, by Drake, and Drake takes him out. Now Blue 4 has...
Shot from everywhere, though.
Blue 4 has good control of this cache at this point. I don't see... We see some of Blue 4 Anderson firing through that doorway just to freak out anyone that is across. but
Too. Falcon and Smed are still behind Blue 4 forces.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to make it here in the next minute. By the time Anderson goes in there, breaches, and realizes there's no one there, all he has to do is go tap it and then pull back and hold defense. 15 minutes remaining. Anderson being slow to breach, stopping at the doorway. He's now going to tap that cash, and that's going to pull Galil. Never mind, Galil's dead. Rav trying to push out to take out Green Shade, gets crippled. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Op4 pull in time. So beautiful plays by Blue 4 here. I think Op4 made the mistake of sending Delta to go flank when Blue 4 was doing their charge, and instead could have used those that manpower just defend Terminal Site 2 and hold them there instead.
Yeah, 2, and just, stop them in the force. Here comes Wiki up the side.
Oh, yep. Didn't even notice him, but he's going to get caught out by Carlson and Shooples. Wiki trying to crawl to the right of that bush. Carlson not seeing him. Shots going out. Carlson immediately taking cover. Not getting hit by any of those bullets. And getting Carlson mag dumping Wiki. 30 seconds remaining on the cache. Falcon has his machine gun. He's so close. All right, come on, Falcon. You gotta sprint.
Yeah, if he can get through mass, then he might be able to get a couple more. Twiking's not looking the right way.
15 seconds.
And mass leaves the building. It's gonna
Oh
be
my God. Is Anderson looking? Nope, no one's looking in that direction. Falcon, he's gonna literally stop it at the last fucking second. Oh my fucking God.
Seconds, and Anderson comes in right at
But
the
Falcon has a machine gun.
And here comes Smed to back him up.
There's the grenade. Oh. To be fair, Anderson, it looked like he glitched through the wall. Smeg coming up. There's the hack, and this completed because of a tap. Oh. Good on Falcon for stopping it last minute, like last second James Bond style. Smeg pulling his handgun out and getting the kill, but T5 Bay cleaning him up. That is GG. Oh, that last second touch made that completely worth it, in my opinion. All right. Boston, thanks for covering for Barbarian and co-casting with me tonight. I greatly appreciate it.
It's always fun to have a second opinion, right?
Of course, yeah, definitely.
All right, I'll let you do your stream things. I'm gonna head out.
All right. All right, so anyway, guys, that is it for this week of Friday Night Fights. We had 5 amazing fights, 2 in EU, 3 on NA. Sorry I was going AFK towards the 3rd round. Coffee hates me sometimes. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. We will be back tomorrow for a 700 KD and Zeus op at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to go finish up Project 16's documentation and get that email to all subscribers and on Patreon so I can show you guys what's up with that. Gonna make sure my audio settings are good now as a single track for Movie Maker. Start running videos that were glitched out through Vegas to salvage them, and we should be good from there. Otherwise, cheers guys, have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.